What up with the family, y'all? How y'all doing, man? This the your bro Huey P, man. We coming with another one. How did we survive without money? You feel me? Bringing the family over here. We finna give y'all some major gems and how do we rock or how will we operate without cash money, y'all. Y'all come on up. We ain't playing no music like we usually do. We get right into the build. We get right into the build. So y'all come on up, man. Everybody come on up, man. Hope all the brothers who was up on the panel can get up, man. Everybody who was up on the panel. I'm gonna try to keep it.
My bad. Bro.
Yeah, go to the other side. Go to the other one. Copper Tone. I started another one already. Let me end this one over here. Let me leave this one. Wisdom.
What's up with the bully, man?
Yes, Lord. Hear me, Lord. Hear me, Lord. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Hey, my dude, I kind of, we gonna have to say mutate.
Yes, Lord.
Only way you're gonna be able to survive without money is don't nobody got none. Period.
Why are you holding?
You know what I think? I think
that was
the
a
only way.
That was a good drop right there. My
yeah,
bad.
that
Go
was
ahead.
that was good.
That was a good one right there.
I think the only way we're gonna be able to do without it is if we replace it. Because I think that everything that's going on now, it ain't gonna stop. It's just gonna transfer into something else. Like for an example, right?
That's dope, bro. That's fucking dope. Go ahead, bro. Go where you going?
Yeah,
Energy don't end. It just transfers. Go ahead, bro.
It just transfers, right? So like I heard the brother, and he spoke facts. He was saying windmills and solar panels and stuff like that, alternate energy. I agree with that 100%, but I also think that the same system is gonna transfer over there because I believe that people gonna start saying, well, hold on a minute now. We built this. You know what I'm saying? I think the same mindset is just gonna transfer from one thing to another. Maybe it won't, but I just think that we'll come out of one system and go right to another one. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna walk right into it. Maybe we won't do what y'all think about.
If I walk up to a homeless person right now and say you want $1 or an apple, which one they gonna take?
The apple.
The dollar?
You know they ain't taking no damn apple. They can go buy an apple, right? But I think we were supposed to be starting it with Bull though. My bad. I think he was. We were supposed to start the show off with him, but he came in a little late.
All right, so
if that's the case, I'll buy a dozen apples and sell them $1 a piece.
Why
you go.
Why would they buy them anyways? Why are they selling from the earth anyways? Why would they buy nuts and grains and fruit?
They evil as fuck, man. This whole system evil, bro.
You gotta realize, bro. Right? Is this something that we are putting ourselves into the standing of? You feel me? Because we're forcing ourselves to live that way. We're not allowing ourselves out to get back into what they call freedom. True freedom is walking away and going to get on your own and creating. It'll be able, whatever it is. If they say that we can't have the cars and they talk about we didn't create it, what the fuck? How you figure that? Prove that.
But you know what I think gonna happen, Huey? I think somebody gonna say, what the hell you doing back there getting them apples off my tree? That was for my babies. You know what I'm saying? I think that somebody's still gonna say that's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, bro. I'll be like, that's mine too, bro. I was minding mine. I was walking out here, and it's something that I stumbled upon at the present time. And I live for now. For now, right? Are you gonna stop me and I take a bite telling me,
No, not me by myself. But what if life
You say
40?
one more apple, man, I'm gonna shoot you. I don't care about nothing you saying. You grab one more apple, man.
But no, you gotta protect. Hold on, but you gotta protect that tree, right? So you can Elmer Fudd it, or you can have 20 trees with 1,000 niggas protecting it. It all come to unity at the end of the day. You gotta
listen, bro.
protect what you mark, and it's
That's
always
what
That's
a
the
right.
mark, and
gamblers
that's the
and
pin.
That's
that's
the
what
key
the
right
gambling
there, Doc.
tribes is for.
Protect what you have, you own.
When the last time
And
y'all
they go
been
back to the military, like you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Just like what you were saying, they got a military. See, people think that we doing all this shit willingly. No, we
Malicious.
doing all this shit because they gonna bring brutal force to your ass if you don't, man. It ain't nothing
Okay.
changed from the conquistadors when they came over here regulating. Said get down and lay down. It's the same exact thing going on right
So
now.
where
If
was
you,
the
That's a
powers
story
at
tale, bro.
that
That's a
our
story tale,
ancestors
bro.
had?
That is a
Where was
story
the
tale,
powers
bro.
at?
Those are
Our
story tales.
ancestors wasn't the shit.
yeah, I think two of y'all talking.
My bad.
Y'all go ahead, y'all.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Hey,
My bad.
so it's
You know
we
those story tales, though.
we can't envision how our ancestors lived, like not in the 1300s, but like 1800s. Like could we envision something before they came and took the land? It was like bartering, right? I mean, this tribe or territory had this in this territory, like peaches or whatever, and they trade with this territory, right?
Could y'all brothers see that or not really?
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how it went. And then during that time,
You gotta
process of
come
time,
in right after,
they
dude.
they end up taking it. You know what I'm saying? And saying, hey, now this how y'all gonna do it. Yeah, y'all fought as much as you could fight, and the Indians gave up. Like fuck it, man. We killing too many of our people. Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna give up. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and sign these goddamn treaties so everybody can at least live and let live around this motherfucker. So that's what happened. It's like right now, we all of us can say, man, motherfuck y'all, we ain't doing none of that shit. We finna go bonkers on you hoes. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, yeah, come on with it then. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, and they gonna be more motherfuckers die. And we gonna be more bitches down too, chopping up shit, doing shit, just like the Black Wall Street and everything else. We ain't just lay down. Oh yeah, you crack up in the country to try to take something? Bitch, I got us fucked up. Bitch, let us do it then, ho. And then what we did, we went to war with them bitches.
You
That's
gotta
We
come
exactly
and
lost.
what
be
happened.
You
belligerent.
know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
exactly
about,
what
you know
happened.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What?
exactly what happened. They never laid down,
Y'all ain't
but
letting
it.
dude get the mic. He modest as
Oh
fuck.
shit! Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
No, he was supposed to start it off, but he
Yeah,
just so cool.
my
That
bad,
nigga be
man, my bad.
he be chilling. That's dope as fuck, though. I wish I had that patience. My ass be belligerent. My bad. But
Hey,
let
hey, hey, salute. But I'm still learning, right? Right? And we all should be in the mind state of still learning, right? So I'm slow to speak. I'm very quick to listen, right? Now I'm not saying I'm gonna agree with everything, but I have to at least process the information. Now, on my Aboriginal Indigenous movement, coming to know oneself, right? I've noticed in the community of our people that soon as I say a title of a book, a lot of people get defensive, right? Which they should, but it blocks the true weapon that is at your disposal. When I say the title of this book that's called the Bible, right? All the dates of all the other books are all the other events that we pull up, i.e., on the internet, software, data, right? We have a book that was published in 1611 called the King James Version of the Bible. Now, we know that that book was weaponized against our people. We know that all of this system that we currently operate underneath, right, comes through the facet of this book. Now, here's the weapon. The greatest weapon was that the enemy comes to change the times and the laws. Okay? If anyone takes offense, I'll cut it off, right? But he comes to change the times and the laws, right? Times include names
You can screen
and
share too.
location.
Your computer, bro. If you want to screen share, you can screen share anything too. Bro.
Say again, I couldn't quite hear.
I said I don't know if you're on your computer or not, but I was saying you could screen share if you got anything pulled up that you want to screen share. You can
Yeah,
screen
it's
share.
on my computer, but okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna tell people where to go. Okay, so this search engine in your Google search engine, right? Now this is probably just going over information that we probably have already heard, already read, already come to know. Ancient Egypt in America. Okay. Ancient Egypt in America. When you pull this up in your search engine, you're going to find out that all the artifacts that's in the landmass, which they call Africa, that they claim to be Egypt, right, comes from the Americas. Right? Now, the game that has been played upon our people is that one of our great reference points to any timelines of history, we use Mississippi, the Mississippi River, the Great Mississippi River. Now, to Howie P's defense, right, he talks about the spells of language. Now, we have to understand that the Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, was not originally referred to as the state of Mississippi. Therefore, the Mississippi River was not referred to as the Mississippi River. Okay? Now, why is this of importance? When you click on certain things that we talked about earlier, land patents, right? When you click on the peace and treaty, or the treaty of peace and friendship signed in 1796, right? Under the guise of the Corporation of the United States of Great Britain at the time, right? You would find something very interesting. And that's going to say that this treaty was signed by Tripoli.
All right, where we going? Answer the panel, man. Y'all gotta let me talk like that too, man. Y'all can't be cutting me the fuck off, bro.
You got
Where we going, bro?
So you got to explain in the treaty
because
you got to
that
come
in
with a
our original
smooth voice
and
like
showing that we own the land. You know what I mean, and that nobody else can own it.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead,
he
Mike.
dropping gems. I just love the respect y'all gave him. I need that same thing.
We give everybody
ahead, bro.
respect, bro. You got that
I'm
shit,
just
boy.
kicking it, bro. We kicking it. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to unveil or reveal the way that they obtained the power. Okay. So now, when we think of great empires, right? When we think of the Roman Empire or the Ottoman Empire, right? We have been instructed to look elsewhere. Same applies for Egypt. We have been told to look elsewhere due to the construct of this King James Version of the Bible. Now, This is why we never could get anywhere, because we have to understand that every tongue, every language, every race of people have migrated to the Americas over the time frame. I'm including the Chinaman, the Asian, the European, the what we would call Middle Eastern or Arab, right? The Briton, the German, right? Right? Everyone, all other peoples have came over to this land, right? Beyond dates, right? Beyond the dates that we reference to guideline our story. Now, all empires existed in the great Americas first. The Roman Empire was in the Americas first. The Ottoman Empire was in the Americas first. Right? Right? The Asian Empire was in America first. Right? This is why
That's deep.
when you go and look at Rome, right, and they take you over there to what they consider to be the Colosseum, right? Right? They take you by camelback, right? They take you to a building that has partially been destroyed, right? Right? But they have no other Colosseum. Say again?
No, I
Please.
said that's deep as fuck.
Okay.
Basically, America would be the real Africa.
America, okay. Now, okay. There is a
That's right.
there is a portion.
Man, you long with it, bro. I ain't even trying to be cool. I'm gonna leave out. I'm gonna let y'all keep rocking. Hold on, let me listen in the back.
There is a portion, right, where all continents were connected at one point in time.
But they still are, right?
I believe so. I believe the maps that they.
I can prove it. Let me
Yes, they are. They are.
Let me show you.
Some
They-
parts, some of the
Okay.
parts have.
Go ahead.
That's why
Y'all
they take you
y'all
on
can
the
be. Y'all can go.
Hold on, let me show
They
you.
mean it.
I just wanted to bring that to light. That's
Oh, cool.
the
But
premise.
listen, ain't they all together though? Let me show you how, right? It's called this plane of existence that we just around, right? This planet, right? It's called planet, which is one
Right.
place. It's a whole place. All of the water and land is there.
One
They
thing, huh?
That's one thing, right? Right?
Facts. Facts.
Everything that in that plane of existence is only one thing.
It's all married. Like say I'll be leaving here. This where say all of your beliefs is, the people need to wake the fuck up. Like where I'll be leaving is a fact that I'm here right now and I'll be back if I can make it back, but I'll believe it. I'll be leaving and this is a fact. This is what your beliefs are. It's your mama and your daddy leaving and going to work. It's you seeing your people off, say at burial, at the ethereal burial, like where you sail, or say you jumping in your boat fresh off of the shore from this landmass to that landmass. You'll be leaving and it's all connected. Kind of like that analogy where a motherfucker say they'll pull the moon down to the earth for a woman. You know what I mean? It's all connected. Like, get over here, yo.
Yes, Lord. Welcome
Now
to
let me
I
add
got
something. Let me
I
add
got a
something.
question.
Just real quick.
Let me just,
Oh, go ahead. Pete. You got it.
Welcome, Mental Ninja, Brandon, to the platform. Welcome to the platform. Appreciate you dropping
Salute,
coming
guys.
back. I was
Salute.
Respect.
You know,
Oh no, I was being belligerent, man. My
you
bad.
good.
I cut Bull off and everything. I know Bull like, man, nigga,
We
hold on, cook.
respect that, bro. It's all good, bro. We all
My bad. I've been drinking. It's all good. Let's go.
you can come in at any time, bro. We can come in, but just come
Hey,
in
we
and
ain't finna
talk.
let you blame it on the alcohol leader drop. That ain't no excuse. You know what you're doing. I'm just messing with you.
No, man, I be having this
But I don't want you to
timer
hear.
in my
I
head.
don't want to hear you
No,
Hey,
blame
I got
nothing
a
on
it.
question for
alcohol.
bro though.
I
I
just be
got a
having
real
a
question.
timer, mental ninja. It be a timer in my head, and then when that shit go over like 3 minutes, like I'm an impatient motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I be
All you got
belligerent all the
you
time.
already said that Buddy had you already said that Beast Mode had patience, so he waited for his time. He earned
Hey,
that
I
time.
got a
He said
question
That
he
boy
for
like
him.
Hey,
ready
I
to jump
got
off
him
the
in.
I
Hell
got a
building.
yeah, he
question
got
for
He ready
hella
Beast
to jump
Mode.
patience.
off.
Yeah, no. So
I
He
got a
ready to
question for
jump off
Beast
at any
Mode.
time.
Hey, your mic kind of low too, Cook. I think they hear you though, saying you got a
Yeah, I'm
question for him,
trying
no,
but
to
your
I
mic
hear
kind of.
Cook.
I'm
I
trying to
hear
turn
Cook.
my mic up.
No, I hear
But I
Cook.
had a
I hear Cook.
question. I had
Go
a
ahead.
question for Beast Mode, right? Okay. I heard his information and it was good. It was good information. Cause I agree with that about the lands and stuff like that. But I got a question for you, bro. Now you mentioned something about the Bible being a weapon. The Bible is also a history book. Bible also tell you names, dates, lands, titles, all that. So if the Bible is a weapon, wouldn't the same information you just gave be a weapon as well? Because you got all that information from books. Because when I looked up, when you mentioned that website, I went to that website and it's a book, it's a PDF book that's on there. So you read it and it's a weapon.
Okay, so let me respond to that. Okay,
I like
so
going with that. So you strapping your mind up with ready for
absolutely,
Still
absolutely, and
doctrination,
that's
right?
fine. That's fine. Okay,
Hey,
so now let's go back to the Bibles that predate, right? The Bibles that were burnt, right? Let's go back to the Salem witch trials, right? Let's go back to the conquistadors, right? Why, you have to ask yourself this, why would Great Britain come to a land, burn whatever books that existed, go back over to Great Britain to republish a book, right? And then to distribute that information? Because they were changing the names, they were changing the locations. And I'll prove it to you right here. Mizraim is the original name of Egypt. Mizraim, that's spelled Mizraim.
Hey, Cook, do you hear him?
How about it?
Yeah, I
I'm thinking
hear
the
it.
same thing. I'm thinking the
I
same
hear
thing.
Okay,
Primitive
I
now,
know
mind.
y'all. I know y'all hear him.
Yeah, that's me and Irene, right?
okay,
The
now,
white meet the black kids, right?
okay. So now we have a name, right? We have a name, right? They give us Egypt, right? They give us things like the Nile River, right? But Mizraim is in the Americas. I do not want to brutal their name. The name of the tribe is this is how they spell it in today's language. OJIBWE. OJB. I hope I didn't brutal that. Okay. Now, Mississippi, right? We know that it's spelled today's language Mississippi, right? Well, it was actually spelled MEEZEESEE. Mazizabi. Mazizabi. Okay. Now,
Choctaw.
It's Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man,
Thank you, guys.
bro. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Beast Mode.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
y'all niggas be long-winded. Cool.
Hey,
My
Beast
bad.
Mode.
My bad.
Yes, sir.
I just want to let you know one of that's Choctaw. My people's a Choctaw from down in that Delta. What you talking about? But keep going, keep building. You on to something. The Choctaw.
Righteous. I'm just coming with what I got right now. I want y'all, everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat. I'm just presenting what I found. Right. It doesn't make it right, but it leads us somewhere. I need everyone's assistance. Right. Okay. Now the Dakota Nation, right? They pronounce the Mississippi River, and it spells as follows: HAHAWAKPA. Hawakpa. Okay. Now, this Nile River, it has a stream that connects directly to the Gulf of Mexico, right? Not only does it connect to the Gulf of Mexico, it travels all the way to the Amazon. Okay. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's spelled YANGTZE. So yes. So let me bring this full circle. Okay. Back to the peace and treaty that was signed with Tripoli, right? It's an important piece. It's an important sentence that's in this document, right? Okay, so it says the treaty is often cited and discussed regarding the roles of the religion in the United States of America for the cause in Article 11 of the English language American, version, which states that the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded as a Christian religion. Not founded as a Christian religion. But we know it in all of their constructs. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Well, I was just gonna say that's a version of it. My point was this: everything you just said, I like that. But my whole point and presence is this: it's still information that you got from somewhere that can be weaponized, because that's a real weapon you're giving us right now. Like, you're really giving us a weapon,
big weapon
that we can
big
use.
Weapon.
You know what I'm saying? You're giving us information. It's a weapon that we can use. But if you say that the Bible is a weapon, isn't that the same weapon? If the book is a weapon,
it became a weapon. It became a weapon once the Britons, right? Once Great Britain, once the Empire of Rome, right, collapsed, which was here in the Americas. Great Britain took its substance, went back and changed the names, the times, and the laws.
Listen, it's called Hawaii, right? Because the other side of Hawaii sunk, right? That's moot. They came over to America. That's where it come from. But go ahead, bro. Let's try to keep these things mic drops every time, bro. Every time.
Hey, in that book,
I want to say
when you were
something
saying about Britain, it was chartered over here. They and Cook know what I'm talking about. They in so many ways they snuck it over. They chartered it over here. That King James version.
Well, see, that's where I was going. That's why I was going, Brandon.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I was going. The weapons. That's really where I was going, because he really kind of said it when he said version, because that's what the book is. He said it already. It's the King James version. It's another version of what the original was. So when they made that piece of treaty when they made that piece of treaty document, they told you that it was a version, meaning that it had been changed. I think we all agree that the Bible had been changed, right? But from the original, it was all different pieces formed together into one book. Now that all those different pieces will make one book, or like Brandon said, it'll make one charter, one powerful weapon from all these different books, one powerful weapon. Peace and treaty, that was one powerful weapon, but it had versions of it. It wasn't the original. It came from different aspects, from different people, all coming together, writing this treaty down. They made it a
Now
weapon right then.
Hold on, Beast Mode, and I want to tell you this too before you go, Beast Mode.
yes, sir.
Everything we know of by name had a different name before.
And you know why?
Let me jump in real quick.
Absolutely.
And you know why Beast Mode? And I think I know what Beast Mode going with this. When you take away the original name, titles, and all of that, then the people that owned it originally based on this treaty, they don't own it no more because the names was changed. So it was agreed upon. You know, a great lie agreed upon now becomes truth. So now
Absolutely.
the dog, you don't have a fight in it. So that's when once they changed the name, so that's when you had the max exodus of all the European countries come over here because the land now belongs to anybody which they established who it belongs to now. So that's when we understand
let me jump in real quick.
Sure. Go ahead, brother. Y'all got it.
Real quick, that's
hold up.
ended now. No, hold on, 1 second, real quick. On what they saying, that treaty, right? All these treaties they're talking about. What people don't understand now, how all this information is coming out, and how all the indigenous are going like to get their land patents and all that. Right now, all of that has ended. All those treaties have ended. So they have all that United States government constitution shit, that shit is a wrap right now. This is what people don't realize. This is why all this stuff is open now. This is why all this stuff with the indigenous are claiming the lands and talking about claiming their lands, because right now they don't have no more rights to none of this land as far as all this government corporation stuff that they've been doing. This is why they're trying to change this money out. This is why they're trying to now, I don't know if y'all noticed within the last couple of weeks or whatever, how they've been acting like, oh, they've been having this big war and something else. I don't know if they talking about this in Palestine or something. All that's lies. None of that shit is really going on. They trying to make people be distracted about that because they're trying to find a way now to come up under us and take this land back because they know all them treaties is ended. That's the real shit that's going on right now.
Let me jump in real quick, y'all. Real quick, man. Hey, so Beast Mode.
And real quick, wait, no, don't jump in yet, Mental Ninja. Let's
I'm
discuss
already
this.
here. I got my toe in the
Yeah,
thing.
but I was already in too, so I'm gonna keep talking to that. What I'm saying is this is important. This is very relevant, and it's important to the issues at hand and what's going on right now. With all of this stuff. This is why the government is playing this game. This is why they're sitting here right now doing all this stuff with these fake ass wars. This is why they're changing the money out right now, trying to go into from the fiat money into all of this. They're trying to reconstruct what they did back then because they had these treaties where our ancestors were letting them go ahead and do this and do this and do that. Now they're trying to come behind our backs and renew this shit in a tricky way. Whatever they can do to deceitfully start this mess over again is what they're doing, because right now we're not under none of that shit. This is real important right now. For real.
The American government.
And look at this. Hey, look at this, y'all. No,
That
I'm just
was a
fucking
bomb,
with you,
though.
Mental.
That was
I'm just
a bomb.
fucking with Mental for real.
You're exactly right. So everything you just said. You're
That was
exactly
a
right.
Real
bomb.
quick. Hey, hold up, y'all. Hey, Beast Mode, when you were talking about the possibility or the idea
That was.
of Egypt being America, right? I think that you're really, really onto something, right? However, maybe it wasn't like they lied about this place over that place. Maybe both places were all known as a global empire or something similar to North and South, because you have one river flows up, one river flows down. However, at the same time, I'm gonna point you to somebody of extreme importance in this study, and it's the first scientific historian of the Americas. His name is William H. Prescott. He wrote the book, The Conquest of Mexico and the Conquest of Peru, which he was the only person that was able to gather the official, actual logs from Cortez missions and conquest of the Americas and stuff. And Cortez himself had Alvarado and Santiago record that when they came to the Aztec Empire into the mainland of Mexico, Mexicali, they noticed the pyramids. They measured them. They did all that shit. And they said these are the same things as over there. He said there were stone edifice crosses already erected, as if to say that the Egyptian culture was here as well. But
And look, Mental.
Hold up, Doc. W.H. Prescott is not mentioned in our history books as far as education in the public education system for an extreme amount of importance and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's somebody you should check out, because I think that. And one other thing too, Francis Bacon wrote a book called The New Atlantis, which is extremely deeply encoded, and that is another read you might want to check out for your investigation.
Hey, Milton, you got that since you've been in the order, right? You got that since you've been in the order?
What, New Atlantis?
No, I'm talking about
Can we
Bacon
drop
and
these
Prescott.
books in the chat, please? I mean, because I'm trying to.
I'll put it in the back chat. I'll put it in the back
Okay,
chat.
thank you, brother.
Prescott and Bacon, did you find out about them while you was in the order?
No, I read the Conquest of Mexico when I was in 2015 when I was in jail. They had a book that was 100 fucking years old, nigga, with no stamp on it.
Okay, because I found out about them through the order. That's why I was asking.
Hey, Cook and Mental Ninja. Now this is finna piggyback on what Beast Mode just said. During what time period? See, this how you connect the dots and you catch them in the trap. During what time periods did Francis Bacon and Prescott discover this material? Like, think about it now, because now this is science. This how we apply science. During what time period did they discover this, or did they come across this information just like Beast Mode did? And that'll then give us a better understanding of how deep this lie really goes. If y'all can.
All right,
answer
well,
that
hey,
real
look.
quick.
So Prescott and Francis Bacon, they were like about 100 years apart.
Okay.
Bacon, he's a Rosicrucian. Dude was
Right.
He's the dude that behind you brought up the King James Bible earlier. Who you think edited that book? It was Francis Bacon. He was a real serious motherfucker, man, especially with the Masons and the Rosicrucian order and stuff. However, W.H. Prescott, what he was the first scientific historian. So basically, he took a scientific approach looking at history, unbiased. He was collecting the data, and he was able. It took him forever to do it, but he was able to submit inquiries to the king and queen, or to the Queen Isabella of France, I believe, or Portugal or Spain, one of the queens and stuff, in order to actually obtain the actual works, the written records and logs of all the conquests. I mean, there's shit about like UFOs, all kind of crazy shit in it, but it's a fucking 1,500-page book, the Conquest of Mexico. But it's just something that you might want to check out, because it really
Right.
is
I got the year
information we have about
1519 to
that.
1521. Is that
Okay,
correct?
now,
Or do that sound right?
Now, the reason why I asked that, and this is going to piggyback on what Sister Soul said. Right
Okay.
now, as we all know, pretty much the Corporation of America is done. So right now, bro, it's the world empire, as far as like, how can I say this? Who rules is up for grabs, and right now, China, that dragon is leading the way. So it's almost to say that all this information, like you said, is out now because it don't matter no more. Because I'm not saying it don't matter, but the truth has to come out. It has to. So what now that the truth is out, we gotta apply it. We gotta weaponize it. We have to. And like I've been
But
saying,
look, Brandon,
Go
if
ahead.
the Chinese people gonna take the throne or whatever, it's still the same power.
No. What this is what I was saying to get back is that we must come together as a people, as a nation. And I'm not saying like America. I'm saying we, now that the truth is out, it's almost like now the veil has been lifted. Now there's no reason for us to continue to live, think, eat, breathe, sleep, pray, meditate, fuss, fight the way we do no more, because there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like for 400 years or whatever the number is, we could not read or write, and that was a weapon. Now, like I've been saying for a couple of years, now the last
Can
one.
I add something to that? HT.
Damn, man.
Let me add something to that.
Fuck it, bro.
Now, I just want to add something to that specific point. It wasn't that we couldn't read, right? We just couldn't read and write English.
Okay.
Right? It wasn't that, right? Oh, because they got the original, but remember they burnt our original writings.
There we go.
They were
when we burn things into skin of the animal, right? Our hieroglyphs on our pyramids, our tombs, right? Our mounds, right? So we had some type of communication.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
That's why I said getting back to the language is dire.
Hey,
That
But
shit
Beast
go
crazy.
Mode.
Brother, that's
Hey, you
about
know,
the
another
part
thing,
of
right?
the
Hey
So, hey,
man,
Beast
bro,
Mode.
no,
When we
y'all
talking
serious.
about,
wait,
Y'all
hey, when we
really
that's the
talking
part
about,
serious.
of
hold up, drop.
the
When we talk about burning
I
information,
get it, bro.
when
All right,
Cortez,
man.
when
Fuck
Cortez
all
came
that,
to the
bro.
Americas,
wait
right?
a
Bro, I
minute.
He
got
wasn't
3
into
cents in
burning
what
the
I was
information.
saying and got
He was
trim
acting
people.
under the
Yep.
auspices
All
Hey,
of
y'all
right,
gotta let
cool,
drop
of
cool.
finish,
what the
man.
let
Just
Drop,
let
you
hold
let
want
on,
to
drop
drop
one
finish.
finish.
Let
second,
drop
Nah,
one
finish
that
real
second.
shit
quick.
be
Okay,
corny.
hold
No,
on,
they
wait,
don't,
hold
bro.
on.
That
The
shit be
word,
corny as fuck, man.
Come on, y'all. Come
No,
on,
it's
come on, come on.
cool, bro.
wait a
I'ma come
minute.
hold
in
up, drop.
after
You got to
them,
talk to
bro.
let them build
Just
though.
drop and let
Man,
it go.
I ain't fucking up shit, nigga. You keep coming in,
Hey,
nigga.
drop.
It ain't
Since
your
you just
turn,
said,
nigga.
y'all give me the
No,
same
What the
no,
respect,
fuck is
man.
you
I didn't
talking
And
say
about,
that.
hey,
nigga?
drop. We gonna give you
You
the
spoke
same
Bro,
Cherokee.
respect.
y'all
So drop.
disrespecting the
You
whole
got it,
thing.
drop.
Man.
Everybody else mute.
Finish what you were saying, drop.
Thank you.
No,
Salute.
I don't want it that way, bro. I'm gonna wait till it's obvious they said fuck. Let them go, man, and I'm gonna come in after them, bro. But it's no, y'all gotta have respect for the next man, bro. Y'all say I be fucking it up, blurting in. Niggas be talking 10 minutes. Niggas, 12 people up here.
And you just
Cool,
spent
go
5
ahead, bro.
minutes talking about that.
Man, shut up. I know I did.
Don't
I know what
don't
the fuck I just did, dog.
don't nooth up on us, bro.
All right,
Please.
cool,
Hey,
man.
man, we
I
don't need
noof
no
up and all that. Man,
antagonization,
hold on.
man.
Nope.
'Cause that
I'm
man
going
got a
to a
valid
quiet
point, man.
room. I
That
got
man
the
got a valid
floor.
point, man.
No, he done pissed the bull off. I'm about to go to a quiet floor, bro. This shit insane, bro. I just be trying to plug in. No, I be plugging in. No, listen right quick. Nope, nope, nope. I'm quiet. My background quiet. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I say, hey, did y'all know God existed in another realm? And when and boom, somebody come in. I'd be like, hey, y'all know Polaris is right above the earth and they got to mimic it. Boom, they'll come in. It's no respect on the bull, bro. And I shut the fuck up for y'all niggas, bro. I'ma quit doing that, bro. Y'all don't shut the fuck up for me. Y'all be like, hold up, drop. And then say I messed the build up. I'd rather do that rant than say what I was gonna say. But go ahead, y'all got it.
Hey, beast mode. So like when the dude Cortez, right? When they were
Nah, that
burning
one
these
K what
things,
you said, drop, man. And I think
Right.
everybody heard
I
what you
wanted to
said.
say something
You
about
know
what
what I'm
you
Debate
saying
it.
on the
saying? For
language.
real.
On
hey,
the
look,
language, on the
the
same
dude
subject,
Prescott,
real
he
quick.
wasn't, or
When it comes to
Cortez
the
didn't burn
language
shit,
that
and
he was
the
talking
conquerors
about,
weren't
the
burn shit just
indoctrination and
because
the
they didn't like it. They were
spellbinding,
acting under the
when
auspices
it
of the
comes
queen when they
to
were
the
doing that stuff. So
spellbinding,
every
mental
time you got
ninja, you know
motherfuckers
what
burning shit,
Okay.
is
happened?
because
Wait,
not
When
wait,
it
because they
wait,
comes
wanted
wait,
to,
to
wait,
because you're
wait a
telling
minute.
them
Wait a minute.
historically,
Guys and
spellbinding
because your
goddesses.
and the
conquerors
Guys and
did it
goddesses.
reading
too.
Wait,
of
we
the
we
words
we all can't talk at
into
the same
his
time.
mind
Okay.
and the
Yeah, man. Come on,
Let's be
indoctrination
y'all.
of the
respectful.
words on
Respectful.
what the brother was saying in the indoctrination of the words. It was not that they didn't know it, how they were saying these niggas is dumb and they don't know how to read this, and that. It wasn't about how dumb we were. It was about putting that in our minds that we were stupid because they wanted us to learn what they wanted us to learn. Just like from the movie Roots, when they dude kept beating the boy, telling him, your name is Toby, and he said, no, I'm Kunta Kinte. That was an example showing us how they beat into us the language, how they taught us to say certain things on their aspect, taking away from us our natural. So it took away from the healing. It wasn't just about the words, it was about the words and the healing. When we spoke healing. When we spoke, we could learn, we could do things, we could move things. Those pyramids, everybody be mistaken about those pyramids, how they was moving shit. All that came from sound and vibration. I'm pretty sure they sung that shit into existence. Y'all might not believe that, but I just wanted to say something on that. Go ahead, Middle Ninja. I know
Hey,
you wanted to say
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Everybody, hold on 1 second. Because everybody, we got 10. The room is filled up. There's 10 people on the chat, but I definitely got the Discord open, and we can get 30 more people on there, and y'all can hear them. So Nuna, Dark Chameleon, Schumer, anybody want to get on and speak? Y'all can go into the Discord link. I got the Discord link in there, and when you go on the Discord, you got to look for the voice channels. Look in my room. You got the link straight to my room. You're gonna go into the voice channels and look in the public square thing. Go inside of there, and you should be able to talk. If you can't talk, I'm back there right now. I see you in there, and I will give you roles so that you will be able to speak. So anybody else who want to come up and speak, make room for everybody so everybody can get in. You feel me? Diadeck, anybody want to get in? And this is another place where we can link up, y'all. So don't let's utilize it. I've been trying to get everybody to get back there again. You know, I can't make nobody do nothing. I can just put it out there for us to have a place where we can connect that and keep on sharing information.
Hey,
Hey, Beast Mode. I put those books in the back chat.
That'll be 40 motherfuckers.
hey, real quick. Hey, Huey.
Wow.
Thank you.
Hey, real quick, everybody. Hey, I think you should start doing that. Well, I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but that way everybody be on it and they can navigate the Discord. Because remember, we got a lot of info back there we used to do a couple years ago. So I think that'll be a good resource that people can leave books and all that stuff. So people that's in the chat
And all that information back
they can
there.
utilize it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that people like Fat Vegan put back there, Drop put back there, music, all kind of like spiritual stuff and food, all kind of stuff, and even Beast Mode. You can put a lot of this information back there, man. We can get in and read it and do the science for ourselves and study to show ourselves approved. But y'all go ahead.
Hey,
Yes,
Beast
sir.
Mode. Hey, I put those two books in the back chat, and we talking about like people burning books and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got men and
Hey,
men
Nuna, you there?
operating. You got men operating
Yes, sir.
under.
We hear you. I want to make sure they can hear you too, Nuna. Hey, can y'all hear Nuna? Go ahead, Nuna. If you got the
Yeah, I heard him.
Turn them up a little bit, Huey.
No, he
Clear,
was
clear.
He was trying to be low. He ain't trying to come in loud. But go ahead, speak regular, Nuna. You got it. Nuna, go ahead, bro. Oh yeah, you got the camera on and everything. I wonder if they can see you with the camera and everything. Yep, you got your camera on and everything, bro. You Gucci.
Yeah, we can see him.
So you can turn your camera on over there. He can screen share from over there. So you see how I got the things right here? Like if y'all want to screen share, we can screen share right through there through the Discord too. You feel me? All y'all got to do is put whatever y'all want to share into that public square chat, and all of that'll pop up for y'all. So that'll help y'all out with y'all presentation when y'all doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something we need to be doing back there. You feel me? So go ahead, man. Y'all got it. Y'all got the floor. Damn, Nuna, you was good, bro. Where you going? They can hear you and everything. Where you go? All right, we'll get them back. I ain't mean to interrupt you. I just want to get the people up, man. Make sure that they can speak.
For sure. No, I was saying, when you got motherfuckers burning books, right? You got these conquistadors, Cortez, Santiago, Alvarado, Alvarez. These were these people in America, in the Mexico regions. They get their last names from the people that conquer an agent, but they weren't burning books and burning their civilization because they just hated them. They were instructed to. But what Cortez did is he made sure he recorded everything he could because he wasn't no stupid person. And motherfuckers are conquerors, bro. These niggas are skilled in so many. They're like better than Arnold Schwarzenegger in all his movies combined and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like one of the things is like we don't really have too much hands-on information to look from a compiled source that is like basically untouched. You know what I'm saying? And the W.H. Prescott is one of my favorite resources, you know, and to go to when we're looking at prehistoric into that conversion from the conquering of the Aztecs and the Incas and stuff. We don't really have that much information as far as the North American continent as we do from the South American continent because, like you said, the Britons and they were doing different kind of record keeping for a different reason than the Catholic Church and Spain and Portugal was. That's all I got.
But my point would be, they had the information and they wrote it down. So you'll have access and everybody have access to it, right? So they was there, they bore witness to it, and they wrote it down. That's a weapon. What makes that different from the Bible?
No, it's not really a weapon. The weapon is how people interpret it. I mean, it's just a piece of paper with some writing on it. Really, you can scribble. You can have a kid draw a picture of his family, and so you can. Like, that's a weapon. Like it's how people interpret it, really.
Right, how people use it. It's how people use it, but it's still a weapon, though.
So the true weapon is the mind. You weaponize the mind first and foremost. You can.
Nah, it's a weapon. That's why you put your hand on the Bible in court. So you got to know why you do that.
Yeah, and if they're just ideas, like value of money is a weaponized idea because it's not a value unless the people agrees on it.
No, my point is, if people say that the Bible was a weapon used to do whatever to the people, right? If the Bible was a weapon to do whatever to the people, Prescott Bacon also had a weapon to do whatever to the people. I'm trying to figure out the difference.
Well, another thing too is like if we add up how many people has been persecuted and killed due to the Bible, and how many people has been persecuted and killed due to Dr. Seuss. I'm pretty sure you'll see like
Okay,
what we're
so
talking
then
about
you
as
can
far
say
as how you weaponize something.
how many people been killed with a knife, how many people been killed with a gun, how many people been killed with a pencil. So then you have to get all off into those type of statistics. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
simply dealing with the weapon.
the idea of weaponizing it is in the way it's interpreted to people that there is one God, there is one Son, and if you're not with it,
But
you're against
both
it.
are still a weapon, though.
No, I got you, but like I said, they're just books. It's how you interpret, it's how you move public opinion to make it a weapon. Like you could throw a book at somebody, you could throw the big book at somebody, it's not going to get them sober and stuff, but it becomes a weapon and a tool that the individual can use for their own self and the people could use against people. You know what I'm saying? It can go back and forth, but if you look at how the indoctrinated method of promulgation of the Bible in order to create a system where there's this God and the only way to get to him is through law and following directions, and then you have another group covertly set those standards up. It's not really the Bible, but it's the people and their ability to be ignorant and believe anything told them that really becomes the weapon. The Bible was like almost null and void at that point.
Well, wouldn't that be the same thing that Bacon and Prescott did? Didn't they write stuff? So if you read that stuff, wouldn't it change your mindset if you allow it according to what you just said?
Look now, if we have a system that is imposing that you must read this and you must accept, and that this is ordained for that reason, then yeah, you will have that. But if somebody picks up a book or a pamphlet and reads it for themselves, that's their own will and volition to do that. But the Bible isn't done that way. It's actually placed in front of people. It's actually mandated in certain places, and it's actually institutionalized to create a certain mindset.
No, it is not.
Hey,
if that's the case, okay, so let me ask you this then. If that's the case, you're saying that the book is taking a life of its own. Okay, so if the book take a life of its own, wouldn't Prescott and Bacon books take lives of their own? What's the difference between the books? Ain't nobody holding no gun in your hand saying, hey, you got to read this book. You got to let it change your life. You got to let it indoctrinate you. Ain't nobody doing that with no books. You even said it. You place the book in front of somebody and they can use it as a weapon or a tool to help them or hurt them. But it's the individual, not the book.
No, look, so our whole government is based out the Bible. So
no, it is not. The whole government is not based on the Bible. If the whole government would be based on the Bible, bro, we wouldn't even have a government.
So was not prayer introduced and instituted in the school system for a very long time? This prayer, is that Muslim prayer? Is it Buddhist prayer? Is it Hindu prayer? Is it Native American prayer? Or is it Christian prayer?
Mental, not to cut y'all off, but if I just real quick, I'm gonna give it back to you. I would say to be the intention of what the point was. I don't think it's. I think it boils down to the intention. Was the intention to free the mind, or was the intention to enslave the mind? Now, what Cook is saying, what you're saying now is, if I'm left to my own freedom, I can take that book and use it for a pure intention of helping somebody, or like Beast Mode is doing. His intention of giving this information is to give us information that we may or may not know, and or do our own research, because maybe we read over it 3 years ago, but now he's giving us a new perspective with a pure intention to assist us. But y'all go ahead.
No, hey, Brandon, you're absolutely right.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me make sure.
Real quick.
I know. I just want to make sure Nuna get good. Go ahead and say something, Nuna.
Hey, go ahead. He ain't there. Hey, look, real quick, Brandon. Like,
Nuna, you there, bro? I seen the mic blink, bro.
Hey, Brandon, it's just like you said, bro. What Beast Mode has done is a beautiful thing. He has submitted something for our consideration for peer review of something that he's found. The Bible isn't really used in that same way. It's kind of forced on people and mandated. That's why it's everywhere.
No, that's not true. You can't say that.
You hear me?
We hear you.
You can say what you want, but it don't make it true, because it can go right back into everything else.
Hey, y'all.
We hear you, Nuna.
Hey, Nuna, y'all.
Go ahead, Nuna.
Go ahead.
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm gonna let Mental Samurai talk first.
For sure, bro.
You got it, bro. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm done.
Go ahead. Okay, y'all go ahead. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. All right.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, it was on you, Cook.
No, my only point. I only got one point on the subject. My only point is, you're saying that the Bible was more or less forced on people, and I'm saying that it absolutely was not. It's a choice. You can either choose to read it because, in your own words, you said that it's simply a book.
Yeah.
So if it's simply a book, then you choose to pick it up. When you choose to pick it up, you can either use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. You can let it imprison you or you can let it free you.
No,
Just
I
like
agree
with any other book.
I agree with you, but we have somebody mentioned something about earlier about black people back in a certain time were not allowed to be educated on the art of reading the English language. Yet they still became Christians. They were still under the system of people who could read the Bible, and that was really heavily involved in the justification of enslaving black people as a whole. That it was your property because of God, and the wife was the property because of God, and the children and the land was all property because of God, which was based out of the biblical concepts. Which I'm saying is like the book itself is pieces. It's a piece of paper. It has no value. But the value that's placed in the book, it becomes higher than money because it becomes the actual word and voice of God, which is really the book is the God, not the beliefs in it. And they back the book with their persecution of other people to validate the book. But I do agree with you 100% though, Cook. No bullshit.
Okay, and I kind of agree with something like that, but the book cannot become a God. The book cannot become a God because you just said that the book is only made out of pages. So if the book is only made out of pages, it's only the individual. The individual makes it a weapon or makes it a tool. That's my whole point.
No, I got you. And like the thing is too is like if that was the case, that we wouldn't even need the Bible, and we would just know about God. But the Bible without the Bible, like how's anybody gonna find out? And you can just tell them about Jesus. They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, there's actual platform to back up the claim of the Bible's validity and shit." It's all disputable. It doesn't matter. Same with any other religion, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita. It's all the same shit when you come down to it. The Philistines, the Palestinians are killing the Palestinians and Israelites. They're killing each other over the same shit we're talking about. So it is not the book in a sense, but it's the people. But the book is there.
That was
Now what
fire.
Now what you just said, I can fuck with that.
Yeah, I'm not
what
trying
you
to be
just
like
said.
biased,
I can fuck with that 100%. The only thing I want to add to it, and hopefully I'm not taking away from what you just said, because what you just said was real good. I'm not trying to take away from that. The only thing I'm saying is it's up to the individual, because if you do not have God already, and if you can find him in this book, okay. If you don't have truth already and you can find it in a book, cool. If you don't have guidance and you can find it in this book, cool. But it's the individual that's searching for something. So they make the book a weapon, or they make the book a tool, because I think that you and I both can agree that it is simply a book, but it's left up to the individual to make it a tool or a weapon. You can actually weaponize it, or you
Let
can
me
spread
interject,
love.
Mental.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna shut
Hey,
up. Y'all go ahead.
I
My
just
bad.
I want to ask Cook a question, and y'all can finish building. Now, ain't it true in the Masonry Lodge, right? They take the best. I don't want to say the best, but they take a scholar from every doctrine, from the Quran, from the Bible, from everything, and they have them pray together to one entity. Is that true or not? Cool. And I want to set up a debate, right? I want to set up a debate with Mental Ninja on is your fraternity Luciferian or not? We're gonna set that debate up because you can clear the shit up with me too. That's why I want to debate you, because I'm really
Now,
just
what I
want to
will
ask
say
the
to Sir
question.
Drop question real quick, what I will say to his question real quick, I will give you this right here. When you enter into a Freemasonic lodge, you can bring your faith with you. You can bring it with you, and we'll honor it. Now, if you don't have faith, you can't bring nothing to us. You're gonna have to have that faith. If you got that faith, whatever it is, you can bring it to us.
Hey, Cook, we know we're talking about the book, right? One can definitely say the same thing about masonry as a system, as a good tool, or a fucking great ass weapon. Same with the OTO. And in New Orleans, there is a Masonic lodge that is also in Phoenix, Arizona. There's our OTO Oasis is actually inside of a Masonic lodge where there are Masons that take their oath under the book of the law. So the whole purpose is that you need to believe in something. You need to believe in something that you can work towards. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the Christian God, the Hindu God, the Buddhist God, the fucking Muslim God, the Native American God. That's why these secret societies like Masonry and OTO are basically universal. And no, OTO is not Luciferian because we don't deal with Lucifer. Our mythology, our science, whatever you want to call it, religion is not affixed to the idea of Lucifer and all his trappings. That would make us Luciferian if we were promulgating a Luciferian about the Lucifer concept.
Hey, I got a question for Beast Mode real quick. Beast Mode, in all your studying and what you've been reading, have you come across, for lack of better words, what our ancestors, what do they view the deity as? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through so many different quote unquote religious beliefs, whether it was Hinduism, Morse, Scientology, all of them. But what was, if you come across, what deity, or how do we give honor and praise to the creator, whether it was male or female? Have you come across anything like that in what you've been studying? Because I've always wanted to ask somebody that, you know what I mean, who studied, you know, the ancient Americas. But go ahead.
Well, brother, what I've came across is that when we go back to the Olmecs, when we go back to the Aztecs, when we go back to the Mayans, when we go back, it was always the Great Spirit, right? It was always given a precursor to the Great Spirit, the homage to the Great Spirit, and by default, right, it made us gods, right? Not big gods, right, but gods ourselves, right? Because it's like being a parent, right? So the way the world has trained us to see God, right, or their hocus pocus God, is not the way that we traditionally view God. We view God for instruction and direction, right? We revered God because that's what put us on top. That we are the salt of the earth. We are the reason why the world goes round, right? All the empires, all the kingdoms, right? They're all right here in America. When you think of certain sports, right? When you think of the NBA, when you think of the NFL, right? Those are gladiator sports, right? Baseball, the hockey, right? Those are our gladiator sports, right? If you go to Los Angeles off of Inglewood, right, you'll see a Coliseum, and it's still functional. Matter of fact, they're refurbishing it right now.
Hey, Beast Mode. I want to
Yes,
ask you a question about. So, you know, I know that in your studies and stuff that you probably most likely came across, like, you know, the Graham Hancocks, the David Childress, the ancient Atlantean, the Phi line, the ley lines, the whole, you know, Zachariah Sitchin, Eric Von Daniken, ancient aliens thing, right? Now, move away all the alien narrative and shit, but what they do talk about is a sophisticated similarity of building techniques that we don't, not really ancient America. Let's use the proper term, which is pre-Diluvian, which is before the deluge. We're post-Diluvian, antediluvian. This is pre-Diluvian, and like your whole correspondence with the ancients and Egypt being an American civilization. Maybe not just demographic only to Egypt, but we do have extreme amounts of megalithic, we're talking about cyclopean blocks scattered throughout the American continent, not just South America, but that's the ones we know about. And we're not talking about Snake Mountain, but we're talking about like shit like in the megaliths in Montana that nobody fucking knows about. You know what I'm saying? But there is a stylized. They were all doing the same shit on a global scale that I think definitely fits into exactly what you presented to us today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let's talk about communications for example, right? And let's just for entertainment purposes, right?
Sure.
Let's proclaim that his name was Moses, right? And he went upon a mountain, right? Let's just make believe with me for a minute, okay? Okay, what did he take up the mountain with him? Right? He took his staff. Right?
Okay,
What
yeah.
was the staff made out of? Wood.
Was it acacia wood, right?
Correct. Okay. Now think about your cell towers. Right? The original telephone pole. Right? Now as the story unwinds itself, right? It indicates not only did he go up there once and come down with some communication, but he actually had to go up there again because the first copies were destroyed.
Hey, you got a lot of
But his staff was his penis. So what he brought was his nuts.
Spinal column.
Huh?
Wait, repeat that drop.
Yeah, somebody got a real bad echo. Somebody
If you got
might
it
have to
playing on
mute.
your TV, turn it off. Just have it play on your phone or whatever your
Yeah,
device
but I'm saying the staff is the penis, man. And any doctrine that you want to look up, when they talk about the staff or the stick or splitting the Red Sea or any of that, they're talking about the penis. They're not talking about a stick or a staff or some type of sorcerer's stick. They're talking about that penis. That penis is royal. That penis ran the world before money. You got a big dick, you control
Yeah, the
shit.
obelisk. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it could be. It very like the story in the Garden of Eden, right? Right. I see that as a sexual encounter of some
Kundalini.
sort. Right.
Yeah,
I see that.
Snake biting the apple, the dick busting the cherries, the whole
Right.
thing.
Hey, Beast Mode. The funny thing is, right, when we go into Tantra, right, and the sacred practice of rising the Kundalini, which I think it's a multifaceted metaphor, literally a metaphorical, allegorical literacy. When we look at the Bible, they're all three being represented. But yes, he had the staff, he goes up, communication comes down, he goes back up again, communication comes down. And what you have is descending up the Masonic ladder or the Jacob's ladder. You also have it representing the tree of life, going up it. You also have it representing the spinal column and the fluids and the Kundalini serpents. But with Adam and Eve bites the apple first. She orgasms first. He orgasms second. Then all shit gets fucked up because now they're looking at each other like it's over now. and they experience
No,
death.
that just birth. It gotta happen like that, or
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no pregnancy, right?
But look, the thing is, like, once they both tasted the fruit, they knew good. And then they knew evil. Like, damn, it's over.
What'd you say? Who told you was naked?
And they, yeah. And
Yes,
now they was
sir.
like, oh, bitch, you
Yes, sir.
naked.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, go ahead. Y'all in there?
No,
bring it full circle. Bring it full circle.
You know, we talk about the acacia wood, right? I believe that in the
Man, a white girl fucked the nigga is Adam and Eve, bro, and a serpent. Listen, the story of Adam and Eve is it's a Caucasian telling you a white girl done fucked the nigga on Adam, right? It's Jesus, right? The reason why they said it was a immaculate birth, my bad for the background, because that baby came out black. The reason why Moses got put in the water because he was albino and them niggas would have killed that nigga. So they shipped him off as the mulattoes was being made. And that's how did you know Moses is Moses' great granddad? Did you know that? Their fucking son went up there and fucked fuck the they don't even tell you who Moses' mom is nowhere. But them was niggas that had Moses, but he was albino. So they tried to give you a dumbass Yakub story. Nope. Nick came out
Methuselah,
albino.
right? Methuselah and Lamech.
No, that's
Right?
in your lane. Now you took it deeper. Go ahead. So that's deep.
Well,
I ain't never heard
because
them name.
because Methuselah, right? Okay. Well, we're gonna get into Enoch. We're gonna get into Lamech. We're gonna get into Methuselah. Now, on the genealogy, when you breaking down the Old Testament, right? You'll notice something, especially when you get to about Genesis 4, right? You'll find out that Cain, right? The identity or the entity of Cain, right? He also buried a son, right? And his son was called Lamech, right?
And
But
he was the
then you
blind,
also
right?
get, say again,
Lamech the blind from the Torah.
correct. So you have two Lamechs, you have two Enochs, right? Okay. Right. You have okay in Genesis 4 where it speaks that Adam, right? This is after Cain and Abel, right? You'll see that it tells you a brief story about Adam creating Seth, right? Having a son in his own image, right? So when it breaks down the genealogy of so-called the entity of Adam, right? It says that now Adam finally knew his wife Eve. He had a son within his own image, right? And he named him Seth, right?
And
So
you
you
know,
got two.
wife is white. You know, wife is marrying a white woman. That's where the word comes from. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Wife, what you say? Wife is white.
Yeah, wife is white. That's
Okay.
merging white and black to get the mulatto, which is the Moors. But go ahead.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, that's heavy right there. I didn't know. Damn. Okay.
Hey, no, Beast Mode. You know another thing too, right? That there's a repetitive theme within the Bible, just like you mentioned, Adam and in the likeness of Adam and stuff. You know, in the Enoch and the Lamech, right? Like Moses,
Correct.
for instance, right? Moses and Joshua, like literally did so much of the same shit. It's almost the same story. Like literally,
Absolutely.
Moses was recognized by the people as a leader. Same with Joshua. Moses led the people out of Israel into the Red Sea, or Egypt into the Red Sea, and Joshua did the same shit by leading to the Promised Land. Moses took his sandals off in front of God, and so did Joshua. It's like, and you find that many different times throughout the Bible, and that could be either two different sources telling the same thing, or we have the stylized of using the same story from Egypt to Zoroaster to Mithra to Dionysus and stuff, but we have a reoccurring narrative with different names, but the same things happen. Like Krishna did the same shit Moses did. Was found floating in a river, walked on water like Jesus.
But look what they doing now.
Of links.
Look what they doing now, man. So now they turning Adam into an Adam. Now the way they turn Adam into an Adam is by making Eve wifey, right? Cool, that went over your head, by making Eve Y5. All right, now boom, now we see why it's called Y5. Now we understand wife. Now we understand wifey. Now we understand why this vagina has sex with a nigga, bro. The vagina is the phi, the Y is Y. But cool, we gonna chill because you're not gonna find it in the book, so don't try to do
John,
that.
you know what you just said, bro? That's like
heavy
the
though,
cycle of life. We humans do the same shit. We do the same repeating cycle for eons. For as long as we know, you live, you die, you have sex, you have babies. You live, you die, you have sex, you have babies. You get up, go down. It's like a great cycle happening, and that's why when to go back to I'm gonna get back to beast mode, is that there is something going on that is unifying all of humanity's existence to show that it might not be the way we thought. We're like spots over here that are totally alien spots over here. There was something has always been going on collectively with the human population of the planet Earth.
All right. To get to the Wi-Fi net, right? When we first started doing it, you needed what? You needed the ether, right? And what is
Right.
that ether called?
Ethernet.
A Ethernet cord.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you combine the female and male to get the cord. That's the umbilical cord. They're trying to do this shit in a computer generated human, not human, but they're trying to transfer consciousness through auxiliary cords and Ethernet cords and clouds. They'll tell you save it in the cloud. And you got
Mm-hmm.
dumb
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers that's thinking
Mm-hmm.
it's a cloud up there that's holding your
Right.
no,
Right.
it's going right into the firewall or the firewire or the whatever can save data. So when you talking about data, that's the date. It's not the
Mm.
data, it's the date it was recorded. So they record the dates and they call it data. Never mind. Y'all go ahead. My
Well,
bad.
drop. Let me add to that. Let me add to that for a second because I think I'm picking up what you putting down. Okay, so I looked up the word Google, right? Okay, so I got two descriptions, right? The word Google, right, actually means gargoyle, right?
Absolutely.
Gargoyle.
Facts.
O-
The demons
Okay,
run Google, but go ahead.
okay.
Talk
Now
about it.
it came up with this boy. Apparently he was around the age of 13, but he said that the boy came up with the mathematical equation, and it goes like this: it's 1 to the 10th power to the 100th power. Now this boy that it speaks of the creation of the Google, right? Right? Okay. Oh no, my bad. He's not 13. He's 6. Right? Now
That
it
shit
said
so Masonic. Go ahead. You got it.
right, right. So 6, right? 6 to the first power, right? You're gonna have 6, right? 6 to the 10th power, right? You're gonna have 60, right? 6 to the 100th power, right? You're gonna have 600, right? So
666, right.
I'm like, is this a connection? Like with what you was dropping with the ether cord and the spinal cord and the like, is
Right.
this a con?
666. 666 mean nothing but full circle. 666 is 360, right? A circle. So when you got
Okay,
360, when you look at it in numeric format, that's 3 sixes. That's 666. So they throw the 666 at you, so you don't understand. They're just talking about above, so below, and
so below. Okay,
around, so
got you,
around.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what I
drop.
mean? What's
got you.
happening?
Hey, you know what he's talking about? Maybe it does go back to when we have the mark of the beast, 666. It is the number of man, and what Beast
If
Mode
you
said
full
is,
circle, you got the mark of the beast.
yeah, yeah. But what I'm
Naturally,
saying is
they
like,
can't give it to you, bro.
no,
You
what I'm saying
gotta.
is like, if it does tie into the working of the Kundalini and the spinal column and the 33 vertebrae and all these things and the 360 and the 7 orifices of the face and all this stuff, maybe the whole Google thing is teaching us something or explaining something more about our reality to us.
Right,
Yeah.
the pineal gland, right? Now, when you say the pineal gland and you make it, you say pineals, right? But then you take the S and put it in the front, you damn near get the spine, right? This is what you gotta understand. This is why everything go down the spine. The spine is the crawdad. The spine is the serpent. The spine is the lobster. The spine is the skeleton that lives the longest. So your rib cage connected to your spine would be the crawdad. Take the ribs off, your spine connected to your head would be the snake, right? So a snake is nothing but your spine. A lobster is nothing but a snake mixed with your rib cage. That mixed with a fish is the mermaid, which is the woman, right? So now you got the fish mixed with the. Damn, I hope y'all. I don't think y'all keeping up with me. Y'all go ahead, bro. Y'all go ahead, cause my
Come on, drop.
background.
Come on, drop.
Keep on
Come on.
going.
Nah, hell nah, cause nah, we ain't gonna do that.
That's heavy right there, boy. Man.
But no, all that shit mixed in together, right? Now your soul comes directly from the insects, the things that feed the plants, right? This is why if you wear a yellow shirt, a bee will land on you because it's thinking you a flower, but it know it made you. This is why the this why the cosmic earth is a beehive. The flat plane, and in the middle is the North Pole, which would be the mother bee. Dead in the center. Don't do nothing but control everything else. So they give it to us in insect form. This how the creator do it. I'm gonna show you a pyramid from an ant. I'm gonna show you the cosmic earth from a bee. I'm gonna show you how you can live from forever through a roach. So I'm gonna show you this shit through insects that has no heart, no brain, nor lungs, but live amongst you. Let a motherfucking bee get big as a fucking light bulb. Never mind a human. You gonna be scared to death. Let one fly in your ear littler than a goddamn penny. Soon as you hear that, you gonna know that's the ether, bro. That's life, and you gonna freak out, and you gonna freak out because it's too much.
Hey,
And
hey,
that's just how the Most High do it. Go ahead, mention.
hey, Beast Mode. Look, another
Yes, sir.
book you might want to check out is called Simulacra and Simulation.
Oh,
It's the
God.
book that the
So,
Matrix was written off of. It's a fucking excellent read. I think that might help tie in some things in your search.
okay.
It's called
And I think somebody
Simulacra
trying to talk too, mental.
Man,
and
this shit
I,
Simulation.
going
I
deep
heard a
as fuck what
sigh.
you said, drop. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but
No,
man,
no. Look,
everything you said
I'm
go
about to
deep.
look. I'm about to fall back so somebody else can come up. I know it's a full panel and shit, so I'm about to fall back. Hey, good shit though, Beast. Man, that shit was fire. No bullshit.
Hey, peace and blessings, brother. Thank you. And
For sure.
and it's all of us. It's not just me. It's all of us. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
I like
Hell
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because we can't
I
get
agree.
to the topics. Hey, anybody want to grab the mic that ain't talk, but it's hard to get to the topics we touching on without the lead up. So when we build, it leads up to dope shit. When we throw stones, it leads to straight trolling and negative shit. That's why I'm saying building is important no matter what. If you don't agree with somebody, build with them regardless. Be the devil's advocate. Just build with it. All right, Jesus, Jesus was white. I guarantee he was. All right, cool. No matter if I know he black. Let's build. I ain't gotta strike you down for what you saying. Even if I disagree or agree, it don't matter. The point is we getting along and is we opening our mind up. That's the main objective right now. The next objective is applying what we all understand from one another. And that shit gonna take like 20 years, bro. Don't think you gonna see the benefits we putting in the universe. Your ass gonna be old as hell, bro. You're gonna be like 71. Like, yeah, I told them little niggas. I guarantee it, bro. And we gonna see our benefits when we land there looking at our motherfucking grandkids, dog. Like, ooh, we put some dope shit in the universe. And they little ass gonna put some shit in the universe. And that's all we can do. That's why the powers that be is only standing by demand. We know we don't need them bitches. I know I can go to fucking Home Depot, cut my water on with a wrench, cut my electric on with a key, cut my motherfucking gas on with a wrench, right? That's $40, right? I can take my motherfucking water meter out my basement and just put a pipe between them and just hook it up at the end of the month and give these bitches $13. We know all that. The bottom line is we gotta destroy all that. And if we don't do that, then I'm gonna pay my water bill. I'm not about to be listening to y'all niggas go living in some fucking jungle. Bro, I'm gonna pay them the electric, the gas, the water, the house note, the insurance, all that shit until we destroy that system. We gotta destroy that system before y'all want me to do something else. As long as that system riding, it's too easy for me. I know how to do it. And everybody in my family know how to do it. I'm not gonna tell my daughter, don't pay your rent, girl. You better go out there and take them babies into the woods. Fuck all that. Man, get them motherfuckers they $100. Get them motherfuckers they $600. Get them motherfuckers they $800. It's easier to do it that way. But if we destroy that system, oh, my whole family would come together, and that would be better for the people. My whole family just in one location, and nobody got a house or a car. Man, you will see love in its purest form. Period. We all we got. We looking at each other like, man, bro, let's go. But it ain't gonna happen like that. And that's why the government giving out stimulus checks. Go ahead, though.
I got a question I want to pose. Now, are we the end all, be all, or is there something higher than us?
It's something higher than us that we
We're
can't
the end
see.
all, the be all, and there's something higher than us.
Oh, go ahead, slow down.
What
I
is
ain't
it,
heard
Sister
you.
So you said that we are the end all, be all, plus there's something higher than us.
Yep. That's what I think.
I can't understand that.
Why?
Because if we are the all, the beginning and the end, how can it be something else?
The
Because
same
there's
way that
some
there's more than
controlling
just
it.
us. It's more than just you, and it's more than just me, right?
Yeah, but we are the all. So if we are the all, how can it be something else?
Because there's something else that is higher than all of us. We are the all, but there's still something higher than us.
Well, that's my question.
She's saying it's something that make the all.
That's my question.
There's a fabric that holds the all together, and that is the all over us all. So
okay, so
we're
there
like
is something over us all.
Right. I figured like we're the net. We're all part of the net.
That was
And then
cold,
there's
Cook.
something over us
Nigga.
holding that net together, brother. That's the way I see it.
Right.
No, Cook was just
Yeah, that's
setting
what she
up the
said
Most
first.
High. You see how
She was
Cook
saying-
set up the Most High? That
She was
was
saying,
cold,
is
Cook.
a Most High and the Most High also us all? Is what she said. She said it's both. Cook.
That's what I don't understand. If we are the all, how is something else higher than the all?
Because we are the all that is within that one net, right? Let's look at it as a net, right? So we're all in a net, all together, all in, you know how a net is, it's all intertwined, blah, blah, blah. There's all the, the different spaces in between, but they're still all together, intertwined together. We're the all. And there's something that is holding that piece, that fabric, that net is, that particular fabric that holds that net together from the beginning to the end. That is that all source, the one source that is above all of that. That's above. Or
No, that's you. That's you. That's you. It's like this, right? Check this out. Let me help her out. She is the net, right? It is the net, right? But check this out. You are the net. You are the thing that's holding it together. You feel me?
I'm a part of that thing.
No, you are all of it. You are one part. Let me explain. Check this out.
How you want to explain my explanation, though, Huey?
I was just saying, it's all everybody. I'm agreeing with you. Check this out. The net, right? It's the net. The net, like you said, you a piece of the net, a piece of the puzzle, like your hair. It's a piece of you. You can cut it off, right? It's still a part of you, right? Your arms, your legs was a part of you, but they are all of you. You said, no, they're not. Yes, because you are the absence of nothing and something at all, right? I was just thinking about this, right? While y'all was talking. I was like, dang, like she right. She the net. Auntie, a net, right? But it's like this, right? Check this out. Where you at? You are everything. And inside of there, we are inside of you, trapped inside of you like the net. Over here where I'm at, y'all over here with me, right? And I'm the macro. Inside of you, I'm a micro, a cell inside your body. Because when you came in, you had an alpha and omega, and there was only one that came through, right? Every time that we knew that it was one came through, but when the one came through, he was going to control everybody through his point of view. That's why we all agreed to come through the same way. So when we came through that one nut, it said only one head got in, but he brought everything in with it, which was the things that was trailing, the things that was behind you, which was the tail. Everything, the head came in, but the tail had to come in too. He brought the tail with him. So everything was the thing that was trailing the tail. You feel what I'm saying? So we brought all of the tail in with us. You feel me? So when you came in, you was like, y'all make sure, y'all gonna bring me in. You better not be on that shit again, bro. You gonna be tripping like you the fucking one, and ain't going, nobody wanna come in but you after you and shit. You know what I mean? I was like, you gonna be tripping too. You gonna come in by yourself and you do that shit too.
You just said a mouthful, because I'm looking at this New Testament, right? And it tells people to separate being to be the head and not the tail, verbatimly, right? But you just, goddamn, I can't even explain it. But okay, I just showed you the weapon, right? In the New Testament, right, the so-called New Testament, right, it tells you to separate yourself, right, as far as like place value, right, you become the head and not the tail, right? But you that's your whole makeup, right? You have the head and the tail.
Facts.
Yes, Lord. You have to bring the tail in with you, and that's the tail end.
But it all come from the balls, and the real tail is that goddamn penis and clitoris and ovaries. So we gotta understand where the balls, penis, clitoris, and ovaries come from. That's the form of life. What that make? An umbilical cord, right? The umbilical cord is the life that keep the flesh going. But all what it really telling us is the spirit is going through it, because ain't no life without a spirit, because that's a stillborn baby. So now we know ain't no life without a spirit. What is the spirit traveling through? The motherfucking umbilical cord. What's traveling through the umbilical cord? The blood. The blood is what? Pumping the heart. Now
It's
we
the
know the
vibration.
spirit pumped the heart. Cool. Now we know when the spirit pumped the heart, that pumps the blood that's encrypted for thousands of years, millions of years, whatever your creed of blood is, right? Now we're dealing with God after that, because you got a brain, you got a mind that actually the soul can operate, that gave you the spark of life. That soul couldn't think without that mind. So now you got the mind, which stores data in the brain as the heart pump and encrypt the knowledge from the ancestors. Now you understand why the body working. It's not for you to have fun on earth. You thought your body was for you. You have stupid. Your body ain't for you. Your body is just an experience to transfer messages from your brain to your heart to your soul. That's all you. That's what you here for. And if your soul get weaker, you gonna come back and you gonna keep flunking kindergarten, nigga. We in kindergarten, bro. This ain't even an all. We talking about all be all. Man, this is elementary where we at right now. This elementary, bro. This ain't shit.
It depends on where your mind state at, brother. I won't say that's not
No, it's too many realms. We talking 10,000 realms. We gotta be in elementary if we the smartest. I'm saying if we the smartest. If you the smartest, I'm talking about how life age is. If you 6 years old and the smartest person in kindergarten, you still got 18-year-olds graduating. That's how the realms work. If you get to 18, you still got college graduates. If you get to the college graduate, you still got born geniuses that knew everything everybody knew before they knew it. So there's no way to get to the top as far as knowledge. Only way to get to the top is spirituality. That's just my stand on it. But go ahead.
Well, that was my question from the beginning, because Huey said that we are the net. If we are the net, where did the net come from?
The fabric of
Sister, so you want to answer that?
the fabric of life. The net comes from the fabric of life, and then it generated.
Which is God.
Exactly. That's the source. That's the overall source that you're talking about.
Right. So if we are the end all be all, but there is also a source that makes us not the end all be all, because there's a source higher than us.
No, we're an adapter though. You gotta understand it. Without us, listen. Without us, the source can't even communicate. So that make us that adapter that ether cord plugged into that give you cable to two TVs. Cool. God would be the energy going through the cable, but that splitter is us that bring it to the next TV in the bedroom, and then the next splitter to the basement, to the man cave. So now that you see the same energy is getting split, it's split through humans. It's not split through nothing else. So now that life form splits the energy, then you got to understand if everything died, the energy will have to come through a raindrop again and reform life all over again. So if we kill everybody, we would still be reborn in a 1,000 years.
There you
Still.
go. There you go. If the world was rid of us, if the world was rid of everything, life would still be dropped from one drop of water. Where does that water come from? It can't come from us because we ain't here.
Woo. And where the water come from? Open panel discussion. That's fire. Where the water come
So
from?
in our body cells, there's what you call it, microscopic bacteria.
Ain't no bodies though. We talking about without a body. Where the water come from? So
Where do water come from?
where would the water come from?
I'm
If
sorry, I'm
ain't
trying
no,
to understand what y'all talking about. I had missed a few minutes. I apologize.
The water has always been here, from my understanding.
Right, but what
So
are you saying? I think I missed part of the
yeah,
conversation.
that's the
Say that again,
alpha. He
Josh.
right. No, he was right.
Just think
No,
about
we
the thing.
saying
Hey, listen.
it.
All right, think
Go
about
ahead.
water and bend here. You gotta be like water and bend it, which is bend your ears. Your ears was bend. They've been in the end, which is bend there. They've been ear, which is here. In your ears, they hear, which is the sound. That's why they are the vibrational, the frequency. That's why we came from inside of the water. Listen, the water was where we came from. We was part of the water. To come from the water, we was raindrops that came from the water. Each one of us was a droplet of water that fell from the sky at a different time, at a point in different time in the place and time in the earth, to land at a specific place and time to hit our mama earth. Crazy, right? How we came down from the rain, which is our brain. The showers was rain showers, and they rained from our brain to be AI, and it was the pains that had to be the paintings. The P was the B and the A. So the R was who we knew who we are inside of AIM. When we was using our brain, we knew that we had to be in brain. Listen, inside of brain, when we see our brain, we seen the cane and the ability that had to be brain. Listen, the ability was able. Listen, able ability, and the cane was inside. When you see the AI in our brain, crazy. Listen, you had the ABC, which is the ad. You had to be original cane to see that you was in it, man. Crazy. Listen, I can show you some more with the words. I'm so nice with the words because I'm the walking literal words. All these words y'all been talking about, y'all been saying words, but it all goes back to what? The origin of it all, which is the origin of the words, the origin, the original one who spoke the word. He walked around with the holy little word. Listen, everything that was read was the most powerful words that was written in the Bible, and it wasn't literally read. Listen, all you gotta do is write them inside of your head and read them. They was red. They was the B-I-Bell in the red. Listen. I had to be one. The bells, listen, I had to be the bell. No bells, or being the bells, or ring the. Even if I had to ring the alarm, it was the doorbell. Ding. That was the ding dong. When I came out of the ding, listen, I was the king of the ping pong that was bouncing it back and forth with you and I, the self. Hear me, man. I was singing the song, the universal song. Hear me. Everybody was singing. They sung it all along. Listen, they was singing. They said that they can sing. That was slang when he was talking about them boys was breaking all of the chains. Hear me, Lord. Listen. Look, I could say it different.
That's fire, Hugh. That's fire. That's hot. You cooking.
If we came from the water,
which is the flow or the
And the
current,
water
you know, the
separates the
things that
stones
washed
in
up
the
to the
body.
shore and washed
Well,
the wave washed
if
up
we
on the
came
shore.
from the water,
let me
that means
add
the
something with
water
the water though.
be here
The
before
water
us.
separates the stones.
The clay, right? The clay,
Mhm.
the soil.
Mhm.
Like when we transition,
Mhm.
right? Because we don't die. Energy don't die. When you
I
cut off
said,
your lights, right? We transition to another realm,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so if we came from the mixture of the water and the
Mhm.
clay from Mother
Mhm.
Earth, Mother Nature, or Mother Nature, right? Right? If we, right? That makes the water, that makes the earth, the what they call the Ruach Kadesh, or the Holy Spirit, right? Because she's going to tell us, right, what we're doing correct and what we're doing incorrect. It was our job to protect her. It was our job to uplift her. Tillers of the soil,
So
right?
that means, so
You know why
basically
you
what you're
doing it?
saying is the
I
earth
just
was here before man.
yeah.
or the more
Absolutely.
or the
And
earth
so
is man,
therefore something was here before we even got here.
no, that's material or matter or water or
Matter.
matter or material, matter earth. We fell into our motherland, the matter.
Yeah.
Matter was water. You take
Yeah.
the M to W, material is waterial. We are all
Matter.
our
Matter.
water, or matter, or mat, which is our mother, the flesh that we are, walking around as the material word, the literal walking word from
The
the
word
mind of man. Literally.
that came through the dense matter, which was that woman's ionic womb, coming through that
Mm.
womb in that superior magnetic field full of iron. You
Yes,
know,
Mm.
Lord, with
and
the
that's where
element.
everything generates. You know how it talks in the Bible about in the beginning God created the word, the truth, and the light. This and that, all that was a thought that was materialized in that womb. Everything that was thought of and the thought that came into a manifestation of itself in that womb. That's all it
Mm.
needed. You know, all the waters that y'all talking about, all these different waters, all this waters, we're thinking about the waters of life. So in the waters of life, there's that separation. Even then they talked about how with the lands, it's oh, God separated the land from the water. He separated the
Mm.
this from the that. What is that talking
Mm.
about specifically? You know, we didn't have to
Mm.
have that description. Why would that be pertinent in the Bible? Because it's not talking about that physical land. We're thinking about the body and the molecules and the different things, and we're thinking about all the different materials that are
Fire,
within a
goddess.
physical
Fire.
body. And then you're thinking about that. You're thinking about I'm just listening to y'all. I'm thinking about the molecules in a separation. I kept hearing somebody saying something. I'm thinking like separating the stones in the body from the water making a separation, which would be those different molecules in that melanin I be talking about, which is really that ether, that matter, that black
Mm.
matter. That's the
Mm.
separation of the water and the land. But y'all go from there. I just want to put that in
No,
there.
that was powerful. That was it right there. Let me mute. My bad.
Yes, man, it's the holy thing. You know, everything is holy. It's all one. where like everybody, nothing was there before or after, nothing. It was only now. Now is the only time everything was created. It's like it's a thin line between the beginning and the end of time, right? It's like love and hate, positive and good, good and bad, right or wrong, dark and night. You know how your shadow is laying there with our feet. You know, the shadow wanted to be connected to you. That's how you know everything in the world is connected to you, because the shadow never wanted to leave you.
Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about that too. You said that, bro, with the separation in the waters. Thinking about y'all, you and Mind's Eye and somebody, I think it was Cook maybe earlier. Y'all was talking about the ABCs or something like that. And thinking about that with the perfect molecules, that A, B, C, D, thinking about A descending through the shadows. When you said that, I'm thinking about that. Those are those different letters like going through the shadows of time and all these different things. They tell us when they mean so many different things. B was like dumb, but forming like some intelligent something intelligent forming together, which would be molecules coming together, making a physical body, so on and so forth. C, like the serpent, you know how you say the C and the S is always interchangeable. You know, thinking about those things, being dumb, you know, dumb is like laying like still, or being dormant, or you know, being in a state, coming from a calm state, or just being like flat, or whatever the case may be. All that stuff is coming into like the reflections of life, the reflections, everything we going through, how we be saying we see all these different reflections. We get cast off from different things and thrown off from different things. We're not sure what's what because we're possibly in a dream. I don't know what I'm even saying, y'all. This shit coming to me in my head. But it's like we're in a dream. Like it's all this stuff we're thinking is going on and happening, and this physical stuff, which we know is
Beast, you got your mic. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all a way of information. But if we think about it, what we're doing and going through, us having these conversations, all this stuff, this shit could be part of somebody else's dream, and we just in it. We just a part of it, and we think that this is actually happening. It's not even
Mary, life is but a dream.
But a dream.
Hey Huey, somebody in the chat wants you to drop the link so they can come up. Ninja.
I put it in there already.
All right.
He should be up in a minute. But yes, it's the slumber sleep we put ourselves in. The deep sleep we put in ourselves so we can walk around and experience ourselves and to wake ourselves up at different times in different states so we can find ourselves at different places and remember the time that we had to get there, and then the journey that we went somewhere else, and when we made a different place where we took the crumb, and when we left it. Sometimes we take the crumb so that we don't remember it when we get back to that place, so we keep on going. We remember we was there for some reason. We walking around wondering why we was there, and the breadcrumb was right in front of our face. But then when we pick it up, sometimes we see the breadcrumb and we eat it, which is being the bread of life, to be read or be reading, which is the bread. So like when you're reading, you feel me? You see the breadcrumbs, you see it, you leave it, which is dropping it off. You feel me? You got to lay it down in this way that is being left there. You know how you might say something. Say if I throw you a football pass and it went over your head and it landed on the ground. It hit the earth. It made a dent in the ripple effect into the earth. Right? So that somebody can find it when they was walking around. It was like something hit the earth right there. And they remember at a time when they was there and somebody dropped a bomb or the score. They got to catch the scoring pass because we all trying to score the ball or score the winning point when we knew that we was the winners. This is the reason why we knew that one had to do with the winner. And it wasn't about being cold or frozen, but it was a cold word. This is the reason why the word is so special. The word is so special because it was written in code, right?
Hey,
It was,
Huey, they looking for the link in the chat, bro. But go ahead.
I did. I thought I put it in there. My bad, brother.
Yeah,
Let
you
me make
put. I
sure.
think they said you
They
put the
said, oh yeah,
Discord
I put
link
the
in there.
Discord link in. I'm tripping. Damn, my bad. I'm tripping. Pardon me, God. Appreciate that, Cook. But yeah, we was meant to make a ripple effect into the world. You feel what I'm saying? And when we make that ripple effect, you feel me? Some people forget when when it was delivered, sort of say. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to pick up the broken pieces. And you know how if the asteroid hit the Earth, it'll shatter, it will explode or something, and it'll break off in bunches, like little rocks and stuff. It might be found, if an asteroid hit in Texas, that motherfucker might break off and skip all the way to Chicago and land. A piece might have skipped off and hit in Atlanta and was like Stone Mountain or something. It landed and rolled up. It rolled, and then some of it hit in and came out as Arabia Mountain, and then some of that shit flipped up and turned up. You know how it started hitting the earth and it started breaking it down, like chopping it like in pieces, and then maybe like it hit the concrete, and then it or the earth, and then it broke a piece off, and it made it look like a pyramid because when it flipped up, it stuck into the earth like a knife, which was an energy sword or something like the sword. We was hit by the sword, and he put the blade. He had stuck the blade in there because we had to be laying it down. So what he said was being left there. It was left to be picked up. But some things is too heavy for people to pick up, so they can only admire the structure. And to bear witness in the massive glory in the creation of the all, which is the thought power, to be able to create anything with the power of words.
Which is like,
I got a question, right? All right. Let me put it in a different way. Do we all think that we have a spirit or a soul?
well, of course.
Okay. So if we all
Yes,
think
sir.
that we have if we all think that we have a spirit and a soul, what is that?
A hair or an era,
Oh,
the era,
wow.
or a hair, the hair of the earth or the air, because the spirit is the spirit of it all. It's the air that we breathe, which is the air. But go ahead, sis. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just I jumped the gun too.
You good. It's I believe the spirit is that light that we are. You know how I be talking about the simulated reality we're living in, and how the waveform is making everybody think that this is what it really is, but it's really not. Blah 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 blah. I ain't gonna go into it again. But I think that with that, right, there's a manipulation that's going on, and the spirit is the one that's trapped in the manipulation, right? The spirit is trapped in the manipulation of all this physical stuff, and because of the things that they do to manipulate our spirit, we're caught in it by the different reflections of lies, basically the different reflections of the indoctrinations, the different reflections of the things we see, the information that we retrieve from the waveform information. All this stuff is what's causing the issues, because it's manipulation of our ether via electromagnetic energy. And a lot of that's done by these computer systems that these evil people have, using these certain colliders and things. With the colliders, what happens is it causes certain glitches in the system. And see, we're caught up in that because there's certain vibrations, since the vibrations aren't normal and on a natural frequency, and they're trying to throw them off, we're getting caught up in it. So like how in the movies it'd be like the glitches and shit. We caught up in those little glitches, and we're not seeing the real and what's the real reality, which is our true spirit, because we're getting caught up to thinking that we're this physical. This is what it's really about. Oh, it's all about this life, living the physical. You're here and you die. No, that's what we're caught up in. That's part of the lie. Because as long as we're caught up in the lie, the vibrational frequency that are low nature that don't want the earth to strive, so on and so forth. It keeps the lower state, and it's able to manipulate or monopolize all of the energy from the lower vibrational frequencies because people don't understand. So the spirit is what's trapped. But there's a difference between that spirit man and that physical man. And everybody is more, I'm not gonna say more focused on the physical man, but more so think that that's what it really is. I don't even know if I'm saying this shit right, but the shit is crazy because I just be looking at it like I'm in it too. And it's crazy how it's like I'm in it trying to pull people out, and it's like it's hard to because everybody's on so many different tips and so many different waves. And I try and I connect with all of y'all. All of y'all. Y'all don't even know. I just be tripping. But it's like I can't connect and pull everybody together to be at the one point where we're all saying this together to say, oh, okay, sis, come on, shit, let's get out this shit. You know, nobody's really saying that because y'all so damn smart to be messing my head up because it's like I can't even get to the point I want y'all to be seeing. Really, y'all see it, but it's like y'all still see the light, and it's like right there on the other side of the door, the reflection's throwing it off a little, so y'all don't know which way to go. Yo, this shit might sound crazy. Let me shut up. Go ahead, y'all.
All right, I got one more question to add on to that spirit. Okay.
Wait, hold on, brother. We got two other brothers on the panel. I think that's Noble.
Yes, Lord. Noble and Schumer, welcome to the platform, brothers. You got it though, bro, because you've been asking questions. Unless one of y'all brothers want to get in, y'all can definitely get in. But go ahead, Cook. It's on you after that, though.
Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to ask was the spirit and the man or the person, because I don't want to say man. When I say man, I'm talking about man and woman.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
So when I say the spirit and the man, because I was listening to what Sister Soul said, and I agree with a lot of stuff she said. But my question would be, do we see the spirit? Like, do we interact with the spirit? And if we are living in the physical form, I think that we can agree that the spirit is inside of the physical form. Yes. If the spirit is inside of the physical form, how do we know that it exists? Okay, so we could say, well, you know, I'll leave that out there. But if the spirit is inside of the physical form, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. Therefore, when the physical lay down, that's when the spirit will arise or the soul will arise. So where is God in all that? Would God play a part in any of those spirits or that physical form?
I think it depends on the person's concept of God, you know, because we have a lot of different conceptualizations of what us as man, like you say, I'm gonna put that as man and woman, identify as what God is. When we get into spirit or soul, when we go to the ancient Kemite study of spirit, it's breath, it's the ka. You know what I'm saying? The soul is what will be, this is just me talking, you know, the soul will be that part of what we call the creator or the highest state of creation that keeps us connected to the all. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes back to the first law of Hermetics. The all is mind, the universe is mental. So with that axiom alone, we can begin to understand that we are connected to everything, and everything is connected to us through mind or through soul. But the way that we communicate through this vehicle on the physical level is through spirit.
Yes,
that's right.
I agree with that.
Because the physical, being controlled by the spirit or the unseen, which is the mind, the mental, the top, the temple, you know, the highest Christ, the Christ is the one that's controlling what you call mana or material. And women is really doing all of the talking, meaning my lips is the flesh. You feel me? That's doing the talking. So we are, when y'all say man, we can say women too. But y'all saying man because it's all being broadcast from the thought first, thinking before you speaking, thinking it into existence, and then you think it, and then the body said, your mind said, yeah, do this. The body said, nah, I'm gonna say this. So the flesh said, I'm saying it like this, and the lips start moving, but the lips wasn't doing nothing but moving because it was being controlled by the soul controller, or the one who was operating in the spirit, which is the mindset, which is the unseen. You feel me? And the unseen is swimming through the water, which is the material to make the water start moving in motion and start having motion. You feel me? Which is positive and negative colliding with each other to create an action, which is the motion. Now we are the thing that's in motion, which is the baby. The baby is in motion, which is growing. It's the boat that's out in the sea, that's the thing that is carrying. You feel what I'm saying? So it's being delivered. It's the deliverer. You feel me? And we are being delivered. You feel what I'm saying? But go ahead, man. I don't want. Go ahead, man. I might have was going to somewhere else. I don't know.
But you're right when it comes to that, because when it comes to basically answering what is the spirit, you can only maybe think like whatever it is you don't see. Everything you don't think is like so much a physical thing. It could be, but everything you don't see is spirit. The air, the part that makes the water move. I mean, when you look at water, if you pour a cup of water and sit it on your counter, it's just sitting there. But we know we go to the ocean, a beach, a lake, anywhere like that where there's a lot of water, we're gonna see that water moving. There's something making that water move. Why is that water moving? It's something making it move, you can
Because
say,
it's
oh, the air
alive.
is
It's
pushing
alive.
it. You can say, right, you know what I'm saying? But you
Yep.
can say all those things, but that's not true because I have my cup of water sitting right here. It's air in my room, but shit, it ain't moving. You know what I mean?
But
So
it does move though when you just think when you got the cup of water, it had to drop. It was moving. It was running. That's
it
why
was
the
running
water
in.
runs, and then it
Hmm.
gets to a place and it sits and it settles, just like we do. We sit and settle, but then you pick it up because you are the moving. You are the thing that's moving. You are the water again. So you move and you grab a reflection of yourself and say, "I needed to take some water," and then you need to take some water, and you became what you was because you are what you eat and what you drink and think. You feel me?
Hmm.
So when you drink the water became you. It was within, which is the thing is within, which is a
Right,
thin line. It's a thin line with the thin line. But go.
right. And it,
Yeah.
and
I
it
was gonna
all
say was go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead. You got
Then y'all say both of y'all coming at the same time. Then y'all say go ahead at the same time. And we ain't
it.
connected, and we not connected though. I go ahead and again. Y'all proving
Right.
that we not connected. I ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't the same. I don't know what's up. We don't think the same. We don't come in. You know what I mean? We don't do none of this shit the same. I don't know what's going on.
But I want to say on that too, what I was saying too, with that, when we think about like in the oceans and the bodies of water, it's like a breathing of air. When you pull in, you exhale. That's how I be seeing the waves. It's like it's part of the earth. It's part of the earth. Of what belongs to this earth. All of this nature and everything that connects that we don't think really is nothing. We take for granted. Maybe we don't think. We just see all this stuff. We don't think about how this works or this part works. Not us. We think about all this shit. But I'm just saying in general, people don't think about these things, but these things are important. Like we was talking about earlier, when it comes to them taking these trees and stuff and, removing like stems from the earth that the earth needs to help itself to replenish and, get revitalized and all these different things. When all the natural stuff is taken away and the more of the unnatural stuff is put in, this is how everything becomes more disruptive. And that's kind of the same process in that when it comes to what's going on with our spirits and all that, everything is connected. And when things are distorted or thrown off or messed up or screwed up, it's going to mess up something in your body. You get a cut, a scratch, a scrape, or something. It might not be nothing major, but man, that day if you can get a little bitty paper cut, that shouldn't be hurting for a week. I mean, I'm just saying, any kind of disruption on the body, and that would include this earth being a planet. When we think about a planet that this earth is, that we're all a part of because we're connected to it as well. We have to think about that. It's a plan net. They plan a net of everything around this, trying to encase everything, making it to what they want it to be, taking everything away from the natural, everything that's that's not right to wrong, and everything that's up down. You know, it's like this shit is so crazy, and we gotta really figure it out because we're in a world with a shit. It's a whole bunch of things going on, a whole lot going on mentally, spiritually, and putting us through physical things. And these physical things keep keeping us caught up in the nonsense, you know, the land and this. And the Bible said this and that. Listen, right about now, we need to be understanding. If you don't understand it, don't listen to somebody else that might know something. And let's go for what we need to be doing right now. All this in the past and the this and that, you know, it's just like, come on, we in too much shit right now.
You went out for a minute. You went out for a minute. You going in and out.
Oh, let me stop. Might be the phone acting stupid again. I'm sorry. I'm just ranting. Go ahead. I'm just tripping on just all this stuff because it be so much to me.
Oh, I want you to go in. You already know how you get going. You don't do that unless you get going. You feel me? So yeah.
I want to ask something. I have a question that I want to pose. So is it safe to say, because we call this a planet, right? Are we the plants of the planet?
Right. We are. Look, think of it. The planet, right? It's called a planet. That's a plane net. It's a plan in a net on everything that's going on this planet, and we're all part of it. We're connected to it. We're a resource as well, you know, and that's why we should be giving back. You know, we should be. People be thinking, oh, it's not important to meditate. This. No, we should. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we be, you know, being grateful for the air when we getting up and we could breathe it every day? Why shouldn't we be, you know, sitting up and giving time to this atmosphere and say, oh, I appreciate this air today. Oh, thank you for the sun, you know, just being planted in this earth and, you know, giving back to nature, you know, going out, making sure you're taking a couple of breadcrumbs for a bird that might not have been able to find nothing to eat because they got garbage and trash everywhere. I mean, just the small stuff we don't even think about. You know, a couple of nuts, you know, be squirrels everywhere. They looking, they picking up any little thing because they want to eat. They can't get nothing. I mean, I'm just saying it's small, simple things we don't even think about. A lot of people don't care about. You know, I do that. I make sure my kids do because they was little. We go to the pond. We giving.
Man, you just said something. You got to stop for 1 second.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Hit me. I ain't mean you ain't got to, but I'm just saying. You said the squirrels. You said the squirrels out there getting some and some, you know, nothing. And all I thought was, nobody know. We don't really know nothing, right? Every man knows that they know nothing, right? So the squirrel knows nothing. That's all that it knows is getting nuts. All it knows is nothing.
That was fire.
Y'all there? Oh, I'm about to say, what happened?
That was fire. Well, the reason why I identified with plants because it says, by their fruits you should know them. And then we also reference back to our genealogy and our family tree, right? And let's look at our like plants. They need sunlight, right? Plants, they need to be watered. We need water. Right, they need to be nutrition. So I was just trying to make a correlation. Like, is our actions our fruit? Like the way that we interact with each other, like even oxygen. Oh, go ahead, sister.
Oh no, I just say yes. Talk about it, brother. Yes.
They're just curious questions, you know, and like he said, the squirrel knows nothing, right? The nut, right? The squirrel's always chasing the nut. So, right. I mean, it's just.
Can our squirrels even find a nut nowadays, bro? When you think about it, how many these squirrels running around looking for a damn nut in the tree? It can't find a nut nowhere. I mean, it was a real.
Because they done took them and made us pay for them. The squirrel said, I can't buy no damn nuts without eating for real.
Listen. It's serious. It's crazy. When I was in New York, we had little rabbits that lived behind my garage, and I was like, what the heck? What is this going in the trash? Come to find out, the little rabbits was back there. Oh, they need some food. Shit, put a little bowl, a little bit of lettuce. They don't cost me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like little things. We have to make sure that we're taking 10 to things that are important. You know, when it's not raining, oh, let me water my grass. My grass dying out. You know, whatever you want it to be beautiful. You want a nice, beautiful yard. But just because you ain't getting no rain, ain't nobody thinking to go water the grass, or people do water the
Absolutely.
grass. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in
Absolutely.
a general sense, that's a small thing. But I'm just saying, things like that. Like you said, the something you said a second ago, when it comes to people, that's very important to me. And so I think it's very important to show people love. I don't care what it is. If it's a smile, if it's a hello, if it's a nod, if it's you know what I'm saying? Strangers, people be acting all weird and shit. Like, I don't care. You can act weird all you want. I'm still gonna
That's
be me.
right.
Even if they
Right.
don't speak or whatever, I don't even care. I'm still
Right.
gonna do what I do, because that's me. Most of the time they do. I mean, it's very rare that a person don't speak or something weird. I'm holding the door, they walking shit in, don't say thank you, nothing. I'm just
Right.
looking like,
Right.
really, I just be
Right.
like ignorant ass, to myself. I don't really give a damn, but it just be like you see people, but it's nothing. But that's me. I'm gonna still be me regardless, and we should always do that. And when
That's a
people
fact.
do that,
And
the more you do it, it makes people more susceptible to doing it. They're gonna think about, oh damn, that lady held the door open for me earlier, such and such. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this for this person because they was being nice and whatever. This guy, he at the grocery store, whatever. Him and his daughter, whatever. He paying for the little groceries or whatever. He's like $7 sure. Oh, I got you. What's $7 to me? You know what I'm saying? What's $7?
yeah.
This person get some food for him and his kid. You feel me? It's nothing.
Hmm.
Little stuff like that. People don't even think like that. And it's not
Yeah.
that people don't care a lot of times. You could be standing there, you might be in your phone. This might happen in front of one of y'all. You're not even looking to see, damn, this bro got his kids with him. He ain't got enough for the food or something. You could have gave them a couple of dollars. It wouldn't have been nothing for you to give it to him, but you wasn't even paying attention. You didn't even see the dude was short and he couldn't even get his food. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Even small
Yeah.
things like that. It helps. It helps. It just makes the world better. I feel like that. And we should
And
all
that
do it. Even small stuff.
and that goes into when we was talking about spirit and soul, and it also goes to another principle of vibration. Everything moves. Everything has a vibration. The water, the air, our thoughts, our voice. Everything carries a vibration or a frequency. Excuse me. And it even goes into when in the Bible when it says, "And God, the word was God, and the word was with God, and God said, let there be light." And you know what I'm saying? It's just it's going into what an esoteric knowledge of information that's hidden but in plain sight. It's just like you were saying, a smile. Once you smile at a person, you send off a certain vibration to that person, especially if it's genuine. Nothing is solid. There's no solidity in the universe. Nothing is solid. Nothing stands still. Everything moves. Our body moves, the water moves, the air moves, our heart beats. That sends off a vibration. I
Yes, Lord.
think, and I think that,
That's a good point, bro. Great point. And
and I
smiles, you can see people smiles from miles away. That's why if you take smiles is miles, the miles.
yeah,
People
and I
miles.
believe, if I mean, this is how I feel about the seven hermetic principles, and this is just me speaking. Okay, all right, this ain't the know all be all. The seven hermetic principles is the escape from the planet. Is escape. It's an escape route through the net that's cast over the prison planet. Because if you understand these principles, vibration, the law of vibration, the law of polarity, the law of gender, the law of rhythm, the law of mentalism, the law of correspondence, if you can understand all those, you know how the universe works, and you can't be trapped in it if you understand how the universe works. We've been programmed to think a certain way outside the lines of what's really reality. But what's really reality is is our own thought. And what's been happening is that our thought has been being manipulated and bombarded by a whole bunch of falsities and indoctrinations that kept us away from our true self. We don't even know how to think right now. We think according to what somebody tell us or according to what society tell us and things like that. We are not really free thinkers in the sense if we're still allowing things, and I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about the general public. We're not really free thinkers if we allowing them to tell us what to eat, what to drink, when to go to work, when to go shit, when to go piss, when to go eat, when to go do all these things, what to listen to, what's good music, what's bad music, what Kwame Brown talking about, what love and hip hop talking about. How are we thinking for ourselves? And that's what form our reality. What forms our reality is the dominating, predominating thought that's put inside of our head. And I yield.
Hey, New, let me ask you something, New. Let me ask you something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I'm looking at my car right now, and, and based off what you're saying, you telling me my car is vibrating right now?
Yeah, it's moving.
See,
Nothing is solid.
just my opinion. I think my car is solid. It's not vibrating, and
Mm-hmm.
it's dying constantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not alive like my skin and my like that tree or that bush, But this
Okay.
car, it used to be made of things that was alive, and then they mixed all this stuff together like a little steel, a little iron, and a little this, and they got it real hot and blended it together, and then boom, they molded it into a fender, into a
Mm-hmm.
into a car, and then
Mm-hmm.
they put like rust inhibitor on there so it don't rust because as soon as it get wet, metal gonna rust instantly. It's just overnight to
Mm-hmm.
have rust on it. But they put that
Mm-hmm.
on there because that's basically letting you know this is not alive and it's not alive. It's dying. To me, it's not vibrating. Now I understand things that are alive it's vibrating, but like things that are not alive, I don't think they're vibrating. I think they're just there.
Okay.
They're molded into whatever.
Right.
And to me, like I mean, what frequency is it vibrating at?
Okay.
It's go ahead.
All right. All right. So then we have to get into what they call solid liquids and gases and why they are solids and why they are liquids and why they are gases. One thing is that what I've learned is that molecules move at a faster rate, and atoms they move at a faster rate, and they move at a more slower rate. The slower it moves, the more solidity it has. The faster it moves, the more it's more lucid. You know what I'm saying? That's when we talk about say for instance your car. It's still made out of the same things that makes matter because everything is matter. So that means that it has some type of atomic or elemental value to it. So it still possesses atoms, which is protons, neutrons, and electrons, and those are always moving. Even though they may be moving fast or slow, they still moving. So even though you may see your car standing still, or I might be looking at this desk that I'm sitting at, this computer is still made out of a substance that creates matter. And within that substance that create matter, it has atoms and molecules, and those things are always moving. The universe is always moving because it's matter.
So you can literally hook something to my car that vibrates at a frequency and it'll break down, like fall apart. Like you ever seen like when somebody got a hard beating system in their car and the 12s or whatever they got in there beating so hard that everything on the car is just like if somebody can share their screen, you can bring it up on YouTube. They show this car, it's moving like it's made out of Play-Doh or something because it's beating so hard. You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, that frequency that those speakers are putting out is changing, is making that happen. Like it's not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not doing it on its own. It's doing it because we're running the frequency through those speakers, and it's making anything that is vibrating against move like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And,
And,
right. I
and
hear
you
you.
ever
I hear.
you ever seen where they make the ground like they put sound into the ground and the ground basically like turn into like mud. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then
it
they turn
moves.
the
Yeah.
frequency off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, they're forcing that frequency into the ground to make it move. And if you turn that frequency off, it becomes stagnant again. You know, like
Right.
stiff
Hmm.
or
I
like
hear
just
what
like
you.
a car.
And I hear what you're saying. It's just like if water is still. If it stays still for so long, it starts to get um mold and all type of different type of bacteria in it, right? So even though water is water, if it stands still, it becomes stagnant. It's not drinkable, but still it produces something out of it. And it's just like if you look into if you get a piece of your car, right? Or a piece of your car seat or a piece of a chair or a piece of plastic and you put it up under electron microscope, you will see that it's moving. Things are moving within this thing that you considered was inanimate or didn't have a purpose because it's not moving. Because one thing we have to understand too is that we have a soul and a spirit, just like the animals, the birds, the bees, you know what I'm saying? And we have souls and we have spirits. That's why we are more animated and have more of a conscience than a car would.
Right.
You know what I'm
Before,
saying?
before, yeah, and before you take too far off, like the whole microscope thing, I would like to see that. I know they say that's what it is, but I would like to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like a germ or something. You look at that under a microscope. Yeah, because a germ is alive.
Hmm.
It's moving. Even though
Yeah,
you can't see it, it's moving.
yeah,
But like a piece of metal or something, like I would like to see a piece of metal moving through a microscope.
yeah,
And because I understand the principle of it, I understand
yeah.
what they teach us, but I
Hmm.
I understand. I also know that these teachers are a part of the deception. They're deceivers. You know what I'm saying? And that's why where we at now because
Some of
we've
the
been
most
learning
successful
from them.
stay
But I don't think they deceivers. I think they just giving us elementary game we need to know for further teaching. So it just because you smarter than the person that told you something, don't mean they deceiving you. They might only can tell you that and no more. That would be a deception. But if
And
they
that's
can't
true.
tell it to you, but if they can't tell it to you, don't expect them to. Just respect what they told you and build on it, bro. Because we trying to get to the truth, and when we get to the truth, it's no winner or loser. We just know how to move at that point. But go ahead.
Well, to me, the first thing about getting to the truth is knowing who the deceiver is, because you can think you on your way to the truth, but you're being deceived the whole time. So once you learn that there is a deception, like we all know we've been misled, and once it's a lie being told by a certain individual or group of individuals, they liars. Period. You don't change to being, oh yeah, you can believe me. No, you always gonna have in your heart that it's a little bit they lied to me before, so they lie to me again. And for them to keep control, they'll continue to lie to us. You know what I'm saying? And we all on this panel know we've been lied to by these people in power. So therefore, everything that they teach us, we have to question it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's just the way I look at it. I'm not saying you or anybody else have to look at it that way, but that's how I look at it. That's why I
And
just
and Schumer,
go
that's
ahead.
why I study everything. I don't leave nothing off the table. I don't eat the meat and spit out the bones. I eat it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I take it. I take it
You
all in.
lying.
I take it
You
all
lying.
in.
Let me tell you how you lying. Here's how you lying. Look,
Mic
you
drop.
on the no, but I'm saying, cool. You
I
on your
wasn't.
front porch, right? You on your
Oh
front
man.
porch and some violence take place. You ain't gonna bring it to your inner house, right? So that means you not spitting out the bones. You actually gobbling the bones up and swallowing that shit. We gotta start swallowing the bones instead of spitting them out.
That's what I
And
just said, drop.
I'm glad you did. That's probably what made me say what I say. Look, you gotta swallow the bones and digest the meat,
And then
not
what?
spit the bones out and digest. No, swallow.
And then what's not going to be needed for your body gonna defecate anyway. So just go ahead and take it all in, and what's not good for you gonna defecate out of itself anyway.
No,
You
I want
sweat,
to
spit,
shit
or
on my
piss.
enemies. I want to get killed and shit
Oh
on a
shit!
motherfucker trying to. I want to shit on y'all motherfuckers, bro. I ain't playing, bro, man. Bro, if you don't get this body and cremate it soon as possible, so I don't gotta go through a whole 9 years of my body deteriorate. Just put me in the oven, cremate me, make me some urns, so my body can start. You want me to wait 10 years? You just gave me a jail sentence when you buried my body. I gotta stay down here until I can even get out the fucking ground. I gotta figure out how to, man, bro. Just cremate my body, give my girl or my daughter the urns, and let's rock. Bro, don't put me in no ground. I'm not playing that with y'all niggas, bro. Don't put me underground in some weird ass wood box and think it's cool because it got cushion in it. Man, don't put me, man, get the fuck out of here, man. If you don't burn me up, bro, so I can get right back into the light form, quit playing games. Don't be like, well, if I burn you, I can't. Fuck y'all seeing me. I'm dead. I'm reborn. I'm right there. I'm your grandkid. Give me a hug. What the fuck? Just give me a hug, bro. That's all you gotta do. I might be your. Listen, but don't bury me, dog. I don't feel that shit, dog. Don't bury me in no fucking ground in some dumbass casket that costed my family $8,000. Just burn me, spend $300 on the urn because I ain't trying to have my ashes in no $100 urn. Give me a dope urn, a fucking china cabinet, and let me rock, bro. I'ma fuck with you the rest of your life. You put my urn in your life, oh man, you got a living angel. But put me in the ground. Whoever threw the last thing of dirt on it, I'ma hunt your bitch ass. Bro, don't put me in no box. Bro. Right now, you're comfortable. I'm not comfortable, bitch. Don't throw no dirt over my body, bro.
So you rather them not throw dirt on your body, but put a lid on top of the urn.
A lid on top of the urn, and also I can be released. But what happens is when you burn my body, I'm all the way light form immediately. I don't have to decompose underground. I'm literally light form when they done. That's what the fire do.
Got
Cool.
your walking papers.
Right, yeah, and we born in hell. That's what the fire is. So
But the only
cool.
thing
Get
that's gonna
me
be
all
left
the
is
way
the
right
ashes.
back. Fuck
You
them
already
ashes.
there, but you already
Man,
there
fuck
when you
them
leave.
ashes, bro.
You
I'm talking
already
about
there
the
when you
spirit,
leave.
but I'm dealing with the spirit and I'm not dealing with the flesh.
The
The
spirit
flesh,
already gone.
look, I smoke weed to get the high. I'm the high. Fuck the blunt. You see what I'm saying? I'm the actual buzz. I'm not the weed or the blunt. So cool, get me right back to the light form so I can be the buzz to the world. If you put me in the ground, I gotta be decomposed and ate by bugs.
The hummingbird.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get ate by no bugs.
You the bumblebee.
You're not gonna be getting ate by the bugs because you ain't gonna be down there.
Okay, please be cool. Landon.
Well, that's
Hey,
cool.
Huey.
Long as I ain't down there, I'm good, bro.
I want to be
Stand me
buried.
upright and let me
I want to
Hey,
be
Huey, I
buried
think
ride.
right
Truth in
next
the
to my
back.
folks. I want to
What's
be
happening?
buried next to
Huey, I
my
think Truth in the
brothers.
back.
want to be buried next to my family. I want to be right there where they at. Put my body in the same place the other bodies that been before me was.
Wow. So when I told you I wanted
Don't
to meet
set
with a
fire to
British
me.
director named
If you
Landon
set
No,
fire
I
to me,
can
I want to
put your
come back and
body,
set fire to your ass.
but I can put you next to your wife,
I don't care what happened to my body.
burnt or not, ashes or not. I can
Hey,
bury
Huey, I'm
your
gonna fall back to the chat, but I'm gonna stay tuned so you can let Truth up.
Yes.
and I'll
Hey,
fall back too, but
to the guys
I
that
could,
got us.
but I can bury your urn right next to your wife, bro. All I'm saying is, if you want to come to the world 1,000 years faster, get cremated. If you want to have to decompose and rot just to come back, get buried. Don't put me in that ground. I'm trying to come right back. I'm
You
trying to
already there
boom.
though.
You might be right. I ain't arguing with it. You might be right too. You are
I
the
wish to come back a
you
turtle.
might be there whether you buried or not. I know what he's saying.
Yeah,
But
that's
y'all
all I'm
go ahead.
saying. Yeah, you already there.
You could be the next thing born. You could be the very next thing born. As soon as you die, boom, you be a fly or something, a mosquito. Fucking
Hey, that's the best way to go out.
the pregnant chick next door. As soon as she pop her baby out, you die, boom, into you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody really know what happened after you die. You know what I'm saying? You know,
That's
just
right.
kind of nobody knows. You know, I can tell you what I read. What happened? See, you know how when you go to sleep at night and you be sleep 10 hours, but it seems like you only slept for motherfucking 1 minute. You know, you might go to purgatory. You might go to purgatory for 400 years, and you're gonna die. You wake up like, what the hell happened? And it's gonna be seem like 1 minute, but it went 400 years, and then you finna meet your maker. You know, it could be that way. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be you born to the next person, the next thing that's born. You could be the next fish or the next whatever. There's so many different options that nobody can even say they know because nobody knows. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
One
just that's
thing,
just
one thing that this is my assumption based upon, astral travel practices, dreams and meditation and going into altered states, is that when we sleep and we dream, how do we not know that we're in different realities? Because there's a such thing called multiverses. So when you go to sleep, who's to say that you're not in one of these alternate realities or one of these alternate universes? And a lot of times these dreams, they be so real, you wake up and you be like, are they really dreams or are they actually real time cycles or time loops inside this clock of destiny that we living in? You know what I'm saying? Because when we are born and when we are born, we born in a certain house under a certain zodiac to a certain planet or planetary energy, certain decanates and things like that. How do we not know that those is just like a stargate to different multiverses? You know what I'm saying? How we know that we might be on this realm in this reality, you know what I'm saying? But is this reality just the ultimate thing that we in? No, this is just one part of it. You know what I'm saying? But there are different places that our soul travels. You know what I'm saying? Or we're connected to other parts of ourselves that's extended through multiverses. If you remember that movie, the one with Jet Li, that's what made me start thinking about that. That was back in the 90s too. So I was thinking about this type of stuff back in the 90s when I saw the one by Jet Li. I'm like, could that really be a possibility?
Well, it's a
That
possibility that when you sleep, when you go into a REM sleep, what happens is you release the the DMT into your brain is what happens. It releases about 8 to 10,000 molecules of the DMT into your brain. When you receive the DMT in your brain during the REM sleep, you actually do ascend. You know, a part of you ascends to a different state from your body because when we die, there's that DMT is released in a form of like a weight. They've actually like put people on the scales as they pass, and they've seen the DMT released from their body, and they actually lost a certain amount. I don't remember exactly what the weight was, but there's a certain amount of molecules that is released at that time when you pass, and they say that's the spirit. They say DMT is the spirit molecule. That's what they call it. This couple of people that research certain things, this is just no reference to that. I'm not verifying this myself. This is something I kind of believe as well, because I know that when you do go into the REM sleep and you release the DMT, people can ascend. And this is what we saying, like when we get to a certain state in our mind with the Christos in our mind, that's pretty much the same thing. You basically release from this body and ascend. So
Can I
that's the
ask you
same
a
thing that
question,
happens
sister? So
with that dreaming. Hmm.
I want to ask you: have you ever um had partaken of any type of psychedelics like DMT or psychedelic mushrooms or
Nope,
stuff like that?
never in life. The
I
only
was just
only
asking.
thing I've ever, yeah, just to verify too, I've never done any type of drug other than marijuana, and I believe in that for medicinal reasons. And I don't believe people should use that a lot, like being excessive with it. That messes with people's minds. It keeps people from going into that deep dream state, and I don't think it's good for us to do that because we lose information. Because during that time when you're sleeping, a lot of times you're retrieving information that you should be knowing, and you omitting that information when you smoke a lot because you don't remember those dreams. Some people can, but a lot of people don't.
And then that's what I was really getting at with what I was saying is that you know I practice my spirituality the way I practice it. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to um commune with the other side per se. You know what I'm saying? I know how to contact certain energies. You know what I'm saying? And I have altars. I know how to do my candle work and the sage and the Palo Santo and all these types of things. So when I start speaking, especially in things in terms of spiritual, what I be trying to get people to understand on that aspect is that it's a part of you, but it's also an extension to another side. It's not hard. I mean, we do it a lot. We do it more than we think we do, but we think it's just um abnormal or what they call that paranormal phenomenon. When actually these things actually really happen. I remember a time when I actually seen certain things, and I was testing the waters trying to see if I actually could do it. But when I did it, it didn't scare me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is what it is. I'm like, what? And they like, yeah, here we go.
Well,
So
these
when
things
people
can happen.
so when people talk about spirits and ancestors and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I really try to get people to understand that there is a thin line between our world and that world, but we don't allow ourselves to see that. Not that I ain't gonna say we don't allow ourselves to see it. What it is that we so inundated with the material that we're not allowing ourselves to see the spiritual. Go ahead, mother.
Now, I will say this.
A lot of us not aware of. You know what I mean? It's not that we don't. Everybody experiences it, but the difference is being aware. You know what I mean? Like you said, you became aware of what you can do. You know what I'm saying? You became aware of the other side. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, to go back to like the sleep thing, we all agree that we have like the soul and the spirit for the most part. And so, the soul would be considered the micro when we dealing with the spirit. So the spirit, you know what I'm saying, is the macro, and the soul will be the micro, you know, when you wake up. Now, what I think is when you go to sleep, the soul becomes the spirit, and the spirit becomes the soul. You know what I mean? It's like a trading places type thing. You know what I mean? So it's like here we let go of our soul, and the soul goes on to what it want to do on its own. See what I'm saying? As the operator. You see what I'm saying? Without no restraints. See, because when we wake up, the soul is restrained. You know what I mean? It's telling us to do this and do that, but we have a choice to do it or not. But when you sleep, you don't have that choice. See what I'm saying? It just does what it wants. That's it.
I mean, you do have a choice when it depends on your state of mind when you're going to sleep. If you're aware that you're going to sleep and you're aware you're going into these altered states, you are well able to control it. It's a technique that actually produces where you're able to have lucid dreams. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go to sleep, you're able to actually go into your dream state and actually control it, move around, move things, talk to people, and actually control it, and then come back with a record of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
I agree with that.
when we going into I'm going into what I'm going through right now. I'm going into the Magi degrees. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometime I can't spill all the beans right now. You know what I'm saying? But
can I say
what I'm
something before
saying,
you go deep into it, though? Because I want
go
to
ahead.
clarify what I mean by control first, right? Now, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, you can go to sleep and you can control what you're doing in your dream and stuff like that. Okay, cool. I can agree with you on that. But it's not the same type of control that we sense when we're awake. Now, when we like awake, when we wake up, we sense that we are literally walking. We feel the ground. We feel, you see what I'm saying? But you don't necessarily feel all that in your sleep. You know what I mean? It's like it shows you that you're moving in place. You see what I'm saying? In whatever place you at, you're there, and that's it. And that's the same thing it is here. We're actually moving in place when we think we are traveling or going somewhere. You're really not. You are moving, always moving in one place. You know what I mean? So I want to say this last
Okay, all right.
sentence.
Yeah,
So what I mean by moving in place part, just so people can really understand what I'm saying. Moving in place basically like a treadmill. You know what I mean? So instead of thinking that you're going to something, you can always imagine that thing coming to you. So once you do that, you understand that you're moving the world to you as you move to it. But go ahead.
I'm about to give y'all some keys to raise y'all degrees. It's 2 books that I want y'all to research. They out of print, but if y'all want them, you know what I'm saying, I can get them for y'all because I got them on PDF. It's one called Syaskra, and it's another one called Cyclomancy. These are 2 powerful books, and trust me, if y'all want to raise y'all degrees on the psychic aspect and also the spiritual aspect and what I'm actually trying to describe, far as going into altered states. You know, I don't like to call them dreams. I like to call them altered states of reality. You know what I'm saying? Once you go into these realms when you sleep, you can taste things, you can touch things, you can see. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Let me say it like this. I had a dream before, and do you know that the sunlight in that dream wasn't like the sunlight that was here? Now it was bright, you know what I'm saying, but the sun was black. You see what I'm saying? And it was more like of a opaque type of light, but you could see everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's how dreams be on that other side. You know what I'm saying? That's how those altered states be. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is flipped over upon itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like the movie Inception. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I be trying to get people to understand certain concepts, it's not that I be trying to be cocky and bold, trying to make it like I know things. No, I actually experience certain things, and I'm just trying to bring my knowledge and my wisdom and my information to other people so that when I drop this information, I give you a source, or I give you something that you can go and research and study for yourself. You can do that instead of just taking my word for it. You know, that's why I dropped those 2 books. Those are 2 powerful books. Actually, I'm about to start doing Zoom calls, just to teach out of those 2 books. You know, because it's time for us to raise our degrees up. You know, it's time for us to raise our levels up and become magi's and control our reality the way we want it. That's what they doing to us. They using our shit against us. It's time to take our magic back. Y'all go ahead, man.
Now, when you say alternate reality, you know what I mean? It automatically tell my mind to go along with my paradigm that alternate means to alternate, right? Means switch over, turn over. You know what I mean? So that's what it goes right to what I think about how when you go to sleep, it's alternate reality. That means everything that is now said is flipped upside down, it's flipped on top of itself. So it switches the role, it trades places. That's an alternator. You know what I mean? And so, like I said again, yeah, you're right. You can taste and smell. I'm not taking nothing from what you're saying. Well, I'm just trying to dig deeper into what I think that actually fuck around and be an actual fact. You know what I mean? And when we go to sleep, that there's something else actually going on. Like you said, we are actually in another place. You know what I mean? So I want to say it's under the definition of conscious record, where it says that it's basically like or it could be the astral realm. I don't quote on which one it is, but they were saying that you have where it's said to have opposite or not opposite, equivalent counter, basically. You know what I mean?
A mental equivalent. Yeah, a mental equivalent or a doppelganger.
See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, right?
I know
so
what you're saying.
if we know we got this alternate self, they're telling us we have this alternate self somewhere else playing the role at the same time. So that's what I think we go into when we sleep, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that.
Yeah, and another thing, a lot of times, when we go into our sleeps, when we go into our sleep state, and I'm gonna fall back after this. When we go into our sleep state, we actually goes into our subconscious mind, and I think that once we able to fully tap into that part of our mind to actually have the ability to control it way we need to control it, those are the magi degrees that I'm studying right now. How to bring what's inside the subconscious mind out and be able to control it. That's
So,
like turning water into wine.
let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Like, if you was able to do that, what do you think you're supposed to be doing, like in the physical? If you tap into your, whatever you trying to do, like, are you think you're gonna be able to fly or something, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think you're gonna be doing?
My main thing is to help humanity with any gift that I possess. It won't be a selfish type of power. You know what I'm saying? It's to give.
So
It's to
you
give
think you're
life.
gonna have powers?
We got power.
I'm
I
not being
understand what
funny
you're
or nothing.
saying.
I'm just trying to.
But the thing is, Shuma, this is what I be trying to tell people. We already possess these things. We do it haphazardly. We do it and we don't even know we doing it. When we speak things and things happen, we be like, oh, it's coincidence. No, there is no coincidences. You spoke that into reality. You thought an idea and it happened. No, that wasn't coincidence. That wasn't luck. You thought that into reality. Now, if you're able to control that, you know what I'm saying?
You
If you're able
are.
to,
You are. I am.
listen,
You are too. Go
listen
ahead.
to what I'm saying. This what I'm saying though, Schumer. 95%, or rather 85% of the world's population do not know that. You know what I'm saying? 85% of the world population is being dictated by somebody else putting some shit inside their head, and they forming their own reality and thinking on things and concepts that somebody else is putting inside their head. Now, what if you free your mind and use your own mind and know how to manifest, know how to speak affirmations, know how to do the actual work, the shadow work, where you can actually tap into yourself and draw out that which is within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And do the work. You know, it's not going to
So
come
let me
from
say this.
Okay, go ahead.
So you just said it. Do the work. I don't care what
Mm-hmm.
you think in your head. If it come from your subconscious, your little 4-year-old can write it on a piece of paper. It don't matter. If you don't put no action in it, it ain't gonna happen. Period. Because that's the secret. People sit up and they daydream about being this and being that, and they don't give no energy towards being this or being that. If you give it energy, it will become. Period. You can put the thought in the air, somebody else will grab it because it'll go to their head because we all connected. One mind. I is
That's
in
a
all
fact.
of us. I is in all of us. So if I think of a
That's a
great
fact.
idea, but I don't give it no energy, in a few weeks, I see it on the infomercial like, I thought about that.
Damn, I
But
thought about that. Right.
somebody else
Yup.
grabbed it. You don't have to go into
Right.
you don't have to go into nobody's books and studying nothing. It's really that simple. Everything is simple.
Oh, all right. So,
Everything is
and I
simple.
and I and
Everything.
this is why I really think books is now becoming like a cuss word or something right now. When we because they hid everything within books. And when you actually go inside of these books and inside this information and actually unlock things within your DNA, people may be like, "Oh, that nigga don't know what he's talking about." Trust me, I'm telling you. I don't even read whole books. I don't read. Like I say, I don't know how many books I got around this house. You know what I'm saying? I got a library. You know what I'm saying? I got law dictionaries. I got encyclopedias. I got all types of things. It's just that when I need to confirm something that my spirit telling me, you know what I'm saying? I go to a book. You know what I'm saying? I don't read the whole book. Spirit guides me. My soul or whatever energy within inside me tell me, oh, go to this page. I read it. It confirms everything I'm thinking inside my head. And then it activates something within me when I ain't even got to read that book no more. It's
Mm-hmm.
within me already. So that's the only reason why I say why I say when I read out of books, it's only confirming things that I'm already thinking or already thought about. It's just something, it might be a book from 1789, and I'm thinking about it in 2021. You know what I'm saying? But then when I go and I read that book, I'm like, dang, it confirms everything that's in my heart and I'm thinking already. It's not that I'm trying to read books to be smart. I'm reading books to confirm what I already know. You know what I'm saying? Because if
And
we
and that,
if go ahead, brother.
and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking anything you do, bro. Nothing, because I'm gonna do me, just like you gonna do you, and everybody gonna do them. And that I think that's a lot of the issues we have on panels because everybody want everybody else to do like them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just let people do them. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you don't
Mm-hmm.
gotta. Nobody gotta make nobody do nothing because Schumer gonna do Schumer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Noof got to do Noof. If your spirit takes you to read this 14th page of whatever book, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Schumer, on the other hand, gonna be doing something completely different because my thing is I don't know if I'm being deceived. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just real cautious on information that I take in because
Mm-hmm.
my mind to get flooded with things, and I don't want to be thinking about things that don't matter, that don't carry no weight for me. You know what I'm saying? I only want to think about things that I'm gonna try and put energy to, and I
Mm-hmm.
struggle with that. I've been getting better over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just if it ain't benefiting me or pushing me in the right direction, I just don't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if it got weird up on the panel, I just jump off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. I ain't gonna get on there and talk, complain. I'm just gonna get off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
Bec-
and I'm
because
gonna
it's
tell you something, Schumer. what drove me to read as much as I read now, because I started reading that too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I started reading the basic books, The Cat in the Hat and stuff like that, Dr. Seuss and stuff like that. I was reading that shit at too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And my mom told me that if no, not my mom, but one of the teachers that I went to, at the school I was going to, she was a white woman, and she openly said, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book.
Yep, I heard that before.
You know what I'm saying? And this was a
Hmm.
white woman. Her name was Miss Mike, my third grade teacher, Miss Mike. You know what I'm saying? So I went home and I told my mother, you know what I'm saying? So she went to the school, she got her together, and she just started buying me all type of animal cars. She was like, if I don't see your face out of a book, I'm gonna whoop your ass. You better keep your face in the book. Cause your enemy just took, cause my mama was a Panther and my daddy was a Panther. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, you let the enemy tell you heard what the enemy said about your people. I bet I never see your face out no book. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my
Hmm.
thing. I'm an avid reader, you know what I'm saying? But then when I got older, I'm like, why am I doing all this reading? And it wasn't like I wasn't retaining the information I was reading. It was like I was just reading just to read until I started learning how to research and cross reference what I was reading,
Hmm.
and that's when I started to learn what I was reading. And I'm not, and I don't tell nobody just to read. I want people just to research. Just don't go to one source and be unbiased in your research. If you see something that you don't agree with, still read it. Cause trust me, you're gonna see something they're gonna curl up your ears. You're gonna be like, huh? They said this. they got,
Right.
I got this one PDF. Go ahead till I find it. I'm just gonna say the title. I just gotta pull it up right
So
quick.
so let me, like, like, remember back in like 2000 and say 2009. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around in there.
Mm-hmm.
Before 2012. You remember how all that stuff was being flooded like 2012, and we about to be all messed up, and this thing like Y2K. That all that stuff was being flooded into us, bro, and it did
Yeah.
not happen. It did
Mm-hmm.
not happen. I remember back in 2019, we'd be on, I don't know if you was on there, but we'd be back on like Google Hangout or something it was called. And people was
Yeah.
talking about when 2020 come, the sky gonna open up, we gonna have clear vision and all this. I'm like, what? Like,
I
bro,
remember that.
like, I
I
mean,
remember that.
but this is what I'm talking about. When you get to reading some stuff, it
Mm-hmm.
puts things in your head that ain't true. It's just
Yeah.
not true. Like, and then you get to build on that and thinking like, yeah, this is it. And then the shit don't happen. Then it's like, okay, now what? Like, that's
And
why I be like,
yeah,
go
and
ahead.
it's this book, right? I got the PDF. Um, and this book is very unbiased to anything that we may think of. You know what I'm saying? It's called The Negro, A Menace to American Civilization by R.W. Sheffield, M.D. You know what I'm saying? The book was wrote, let me find in 1907. Um, and yeah, I got to going through this sucker and how he was talking about our people, African Americans, Afro this and Afro that. I'm like, what? He going in on us. I'm like, what's up? But then I had to look at it like, okay, let me look at it from an unbiased, let me look at it like a white man. Let me look at it from another side of the coin. Let me look at it from a European's perspective. And let me keep reading this book. And I'm telling you, whoo, it verifies everything we've been saying that we are the most superior people on this planet. And he put it in the book. He
Hey,
put it in the book. That's what I'm saying. And this is what I be talking about. And it's also another book called History No Color Line by J.R. Rogers. Great book. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's information out here for us. Yes, we are the divine, masculine, feminine, melanated people, but yeah, we've been being deceived because we ain't been going into the information like we supposed. You know what I'm saying? We just been saying, okay, I ain't gonna read the white man shit, but the white man putting all the information inside of books. We'd rather watch YouTube videos and listen to a motherfucker rant on goddamn Facebook or something, but we don't want to do no scholarship or no scholarly research and be scientists that we are, the gods that we are, and go into the information and draw out the truth so we can stand on our own square. And I yield the floor.
Hey, let me ask you this, Nu. If let's act like we some scientists, right? Because these things that I think these crazy motherfuckers do. We scientists. We get two, 3, we can get 10, I don't know, however many newborn babies. We feed them, we raise, like don't give them much human contact. We just raise them. They learn to be about 1 or 2, and they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that they know they got a heart inside their body or lungs? You know, as they grow up, now they ain't getting no human contact. They just kids, just being natural as you can possibly be. Because we looking at them, we watching them. They don't even know we watching them communicate, watching them do their thing. Do you think they know that they got a soul or a spirit or they're breathing air or anything? Or is that things that you just learn through indoctrination? Like, to me, that's being born into sin. Because if you never mess with a person, a human being, when it's born, it'll be just like a dog or an animal. They don't care to. They don't. When they would have to shit, they would just shit. They wouldn't think about well, I gotta go to the toilet. They wouldn't think that. They just bend over and do it. Squat down. You know, you see babies. You got kids. Your little son might walk over there to the corner and drop down and just start pooping. You hear him grunting the whole 9. You know what I'm
If you're
saying?
quick to shoot,
Huh?
now I
What?
said but first of all, I was gonna shoot been a long time, man. Go ahead for you, bro.
What's up, my brother? What's up,
Always
bro?
good talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Always on that level. I love it, right? So now let me ask you a question using the example you just gave. I'm still saying that technically you alluded to we should basically still be walking around primitive as they would come. You know what I mean? No clothes, no nothing. Google, Gaga, still or whatever. I know you ain't saying that per se, but that's basically what your example is saying. You know what I'm saying? So now
You kind of breaking up, bro. I can barely understand you, or something going on
can
with your
you
mic.
can you hear me better now?
I can hear you. It just sounds kind of messed up. Go ahead, say something again. Say it again.
Brother, can you hear me at all now?
Yep.
But you can't hear me, don't worry about it. I did hold off
You
waiting
good.
my microphone.
You good. You good now. You
charge
good.
up.
You good, bro. You
Y'all
good,
go
bro.
ahead.
You good. You good, bro. Can you hear me? Wiz.
Y'all go ahead.
Can
You
you hear me?
hear me? Y'all get me?
You good. Yeah, you good now. Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Y'all
me?
go ahead, shoot. Y'all go ahead.
I can hear you, bro. I can hear you, bro. Shit. I can hear him. Can you hear him, Nu? Nu, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I'm still here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, tell Wisdom we can hear him.
Wisdom, we can hear
He,
you. I think it's his earphones though. But
he must can't.
but yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
if we was to do that experiment, you know what I'm saying, on children, it's just it would just be like, because there was a group of kids that was born amongst wolves. You know what I'm saying? It was some kids that was born amongst wolves and they acted just like wolves, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
growled, they howled, and they did all type of things the same way that wolves did, because they was in that situation from babies. You know, they
Right.
nursed from the wolf and all that type of stuff. And
Right.
they was pretty, and when they found the kids, and they tried to assimilate them into human society, you know what I'm saying? It was like it was a real hard struggle.
It
You
was a
know what I'm
struggle.
saying? A couple of them killed themselves. You know what I'm saying? And one of them went back into the wild and lived amongst wolves. You
And
know,
this
I
true
think it was
stuff.
like,
This true story.
yeah, it's true. It's a true story. And one of the kids actually did get, you know, assimilated into human society, but they was always drawn to their pack.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. You know,
But
um,
but that's what I'm
I
talking
think,
about, though. You know
yeah.
that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that is brought on because of things that we know. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I say, if they raise us up and teach us things, but never tell us about heart and lung and being, all that stuff, why would you think about having a heart attack?
But
You know
but
what I'm
I'm but
saying?
I'm
You wouldn't.
but but then I'm gonna tell you though, Schumer, if we was getting right knowledge instead of people deceiving us into what high sciences was and high alchemy, you know, and high spirituality, how we can heal ourselves with sound and vibration rather than taking a
Mm-hmm.
pill. You know what I'm saying? How we
Mm-hmm.
can heal each other with herbs instead of taking
Mm-hmm.
a over-the-counter drug. No, we've been given this information because they was giving this to us to keep us suppressed. It's not that us being um quote unquote learned. It's just that we've been unlearned because
Well,
they taking us back to a state where we in a state of control because everything that they pushing to us is for manipulation and the control aspect. Even when it comes to religion, when we even if we was to go into Christianity and the Bible, that's not even the real spiritual concepts of that religion. You know what I'm saying? That was a method of control. You have to go to the Septuaginta and the not and the Gnostic Christian or the Coptic Christians because there was actually Christians that actually followed a certain doctrine that's not even inside the Holy Bible, the Book of Enoch and things like that.
yeah, because see, I mess with the Book of Enoch. You know what I'm saying? And it taught me a lot of things that made sense to me. Like it resonated with me, and I'm glad you said that because I was just
Mine's
about
I
to
hey,
say.
hey Schumer, mine's I
Go ahead.
put it in there, raised by wolves.
Put what
But
in where?
inside the chat, raised by wolves. And
Oh,
it's yeah, it's a documentary. I don't know if that's the movie or the documentary he was talking about, but it was a documentary called Raised by Wolves, and they was called a feudal wolf. They was feudal wolves, but they was
so
children that was adopted by a pack of wolves. That shit deep as hell, man.
like, how do they? Yeah, because I'm gonna have to check it out because it's to my in my head. It's like, how do you be raised? How does babies be raised by some wolves? How do they get? How did the babies get with the wolves? You know what I'm saying? Was it an experiment? Because you don't just lose a baby to some wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the wolves and the baby all like newborns and they all just raised together. It's like it's something. It's got to be a catch, bro. Because a baby just ain't gonna be out in the wild, just laying out there, and then the wolves come and just, hey, let's take care of this baby. Like, who lost their baby? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you feel me?
but
You
it-
know what
but
I'm
but
saying?
but 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 you gotta look at it too this type of way also that these was Europeans and Europeans is fond of canines, so you know
Oh
they just
man.
was with their best friend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. Like, I feel you though. I feel what you're saying. But yeah, man, it's just man, it's deep, man. I enjoy hearing y'all build. I like, going deep. I like simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? When they get too far out, I just like to listen, you know what I'm saying, all that. Because I'm more of the person that just want to simplify. I want it to be simple because I feel like life is simple. I feel like everything
Hmm.
else make it difficult. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We get to talking too much big words and doing all this stuff when I can just say this and you understand, but I can make that whole sentence be one word and you don't understand it because you need a dictionary. You got to look it up. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I just like things to be simple. And I don't know, bro. Like it looked like it's just me and you and HOTC up here, and I don't know if he want to build on something. I'm just, I don't
Yeah, I
know,
mean everybody dropped off. I don't know what's going on. I'm just up here shooting the shit. I just didn't want the people or even my brother Huey P to know or think or it was any type of animosity from the last stream that we did with Cook. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It wasn't none of that. It was just we had differences of opinions. You know what I'm saying? I just like to talk shit sometimes. I don't mean no harm.
yeah, yeah.
But
When
I,
y'all be doing that, man, it be strange to me, man. Like y'all be
yeah,
cussing each other, y'all be doing all. I be like, what? Then y'all be back cool. It been strange to me for all the years, man. That's just one of them things that I just can't even get a grasp on. I know we all brothers and it's all
yeah,
love, and I know everybody. I don't know what it is, but it just be strange. And I wish y'all take that energy that y'all use doing that and put it towards something else. Like I say, if you see it ain't, just jump off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Let a motherfucker have that energy, to run it, or and I'm speaking to everybody. We shouldn't be up here arguing, man. It's too many issues out here. We can be
I
building on
agree.
those issues, not
I
trying to
agree.
teach a person how to, be scientists or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell a young man how to get his credit right and buy this crib, or
Yeah,
get this land or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it boiled down to at the end of the day. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I
And,
feel like these panels have good people on them. I feel like if I came around New Chevy or HOTC or Huey P, it's gonna be love. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Even though on the panels it get weird sometimes and people get to fighting and bickering and beefing. I feel like at the end of the day it's really love. So
And I got you too because the only thing that really cook my noodle is when we do be building, it be so much interference. It's like you got 30 people talking and then you trying to get your point in, and then I might have been building on something and then I get half sentence and somebody cut it off. I'm like, that's not showing me no type of respect. You
right,
know what I'm
that's true.
saying?
You
Because
true, and it definitely lacks respect. I will say that. That's why I just when somebody come in and cut me off, I just stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Because they may not know how to do respect, but I do. I
yeah,
know how to stay on my square. You know what I'm saying? They can be all whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to be quiet and stay on my square. Say what you got to say, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll
right.
finish up later or I'll just hold it to myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to let you take my energy somewhere where I don't want it to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Hmm.
be in control. You know what I'm saying? And I
I
already
hear
have
you,
enough.
brother.
I have enough battles just to, present Schumer to y'all. And then Schumer's ego who I'm really trying to control. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't have no control over their ego. You know what I'm saying? So their
Yeah,
ego take control of their person and then they be just extra. And it's
that's a
like,
fact.
bro, it's like calm down. Like what are you on? Like, so that's one thing that I like to try and show when I'm on the panels is that if somebody cut me off, you got it, bro. Like, go ahead. It ain't that big of a deal. You got the mic. You want to take it, have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just, it ain't that big of a deal to
I
me.
got you. I put a pin in that. Right, that's what you just said. I put a pin in it.
Yeah, man.
That's on
Just
my
like if
that's on my
somebody,
cork board.
yeah, if somebody cut you off, man, just all right, have it, bro. And you ain't even got to say that. Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Okay, just be quiet. You ain't even got to say, all right, dang, have it. You know what I'm saying? I know you might feel some kind of way, but channel that energy, like that feeling that you want to just see. This is the fuck I'm talking about. Channel that energy.
Yeah,
Keep it within. Or and
that's
if you can't, just jump off
right,
because
right.
what you're doing is teaching yourself. You're teaching yourself how to stay on your square. You know what I'm saying? And once you can stay on that square and nobody can take you off, and only time you get off is when it's time to do damage. You know what I'm saying? When it's really
Yeah.
time to get loose, because you can sit there and be fuming, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna get off your square, and then your wife come in the room and say, "Hey, babe," and you just that's your wife. You didn't give that energy to your wife or to your son or somebody that didn't even deserve it, because somebody that you can't even touch or see or nothing took you off your square.
Brandon back.
Hey man, hopefully, what's going on, Shuma?
What's up, baby? You all right?
Hey man,
Take a
hopefully,
PC.
one of these days, man, Nuke, they're gonna have to. And matter of fact, I'm gonna start this. I try to stay out of it, but I'm gonna just start speaking up. But one of these lives, Nuke, man, we gonna have to get the clock of destinies out you, bro, because it's important that we understand the times and the heavens and what's going on. And a lot of people, they get so caught in the, oh, I know all this, and don't even understand why is this knowledge now coming out after many millennia? Like, why now? Why during these particular times is it commonplace that the gems are so easy to find, and once we find them, we just throw them to the pigs. We throw them to the swine. So we got to look at this thing. What's really going on? And once we can kind of get out our egos and just talk and build, I think we'll really, really, really see why the universe made it, whether you want to call him God, Buddha, why he made it where the knowledge is not at our disposal to utilize it so that we can really unite under one mind, one spirituality, and really get back. Because that's what this is all about. When you really think about why knowledge is finally out, why we can easily access everything, it was because so now we can really unite. Because at the end of the day, it's our spirituality that unites us. I don't care if you Moor, I don't care if you Aboriginal, I don't care if you Mason, I don't care what you is, but it's the spirituality. It's that feeling that we have of just being kings and queens naturally. And I think once we get the ego out the way and we really sit down and listen to each other, because but not everybody, outside of YouTube, everybody going through something, whether it's mental health or just the woes of life. But when we come here, man, it should be kind of like an escape where we can come together. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Like, you go 500 years ago, you look at the technology now, you can easily really talk to your brother, somebody that you don't know, your sister, somebody that you don't know, and we can start putting all our minds together. It's a reason why we got Moors and Masons and Aborigines. Think about it. We all, it's almost like an octopus, one mind, and it's branching through all the knowledge, because they systematically broke all the knowledge up and threw and cast it out all over the world. So we need all these different mindsets and walks and applications to kind of find out where is the Holy Grail. You see what I'm saying? And once we really, hey man, you got your piece, I got my piece, you got your piece. Let's sit down and see what fits. Let's take out all the bullshit. Let's find the real gems. And once we find the real gems, man, it's over. I mean, I would say we almost there, but we got to get the ego out the way. We got to let people talk. We got to let them, let them speak, because it might be something new, like the Clock of Destinies. I've been waiting on Nuke to say that, man, for dang near 4 months, but he can never get it out. I might need that piece, because once I get that piece, then I might have something that Nuke might need to help him take the Clock of Destinies to something even further. Or it might be something Schumer said that I need, but if Schumer getting cut off, or he can't finish his train of thought, or he loses his train of thought because somebody start arguing, then my ascension ain't gonna happen. Because when one person rise, we all rise together. And I yield the floor.
And I touched on the Clock of Destiny 4 months ago when we started talking about it, and I started going into how all of these certain degrees of the planetary levels, when it deals with the cosmos. I ain't gonna say the universe, I'll say the cosmos. And I was touching on it also when I was talking about when we born in certain houses of the zodiac. If you notice the zodiac goes counterclockwise. But the clock that we going on right now go clockwise. So our clock right now is going backwards. We stuck inside of a time loop, and we stuck inside this time loop because we're not clocking time based upon the ancients when they dealt with clocking times based on aeons and cycles of time. So when we get into the Clock of Destiny, we're getting into the clock of our divine self, the house we was born in. You Aquarius, but you have an ascendant sign and you have a solar sign. You have two signs within you. That's the polarity. That's the duality within ourselves. And so once you get to understand that these two different types of people or persons inside of you, which is the conscious and the subconscious, the material and the spiritual, once you begin to merge those type of things together, you understand what the clock of destiny really is. Your destiny is already clocked within the universe, within the cosmos. It's already clocked. It's already on a time clock. You have something to do on this planet. You have something to do on this reality. You have a purpose. You're not here for no reason. But the only way you know your reason is by knowing your birth chart, knowing your star chart, knowing where you at, knowing what portal you came through, knowing where this cycle comes to. And when you come through, like, let me say it like this. I know sometime that we might look at the clock, we might see 444, we might see 1111, we may see 222. Those are messages. Those are things that's communicating with us. A lot of people don't pay attention. That's why I say the 85% don't pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't pay attention to this clock. Because they're on this 24-hour cycle. We on a 25,000 year cycle. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be on the cycle of the Dogons and the Z people, and the Aztecs and things like that. We're stuck in a 24 cycle. That's why our lifespan is so short.
Come on.
You know, but I yield the floor. We're gonna get into that later. We ain't gonna talk about it right. We're gonna do a build on the clock.
Man, bro, that right there is what I'm talking about, because for the longest, when you look at how the Dogon, how they mapped it out in the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Olmecs, it's almost like they widen the scope of time in the essence of understanding the cycles. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said a mouthful, we stuck on a 24-hour cycle. So it's like, okay, it now makes sense why, like, and I think Sean said it. Why is it 7 days in a week? Why is it always a Monday? Why can't time just go on? It's like we stuck in a loop, like a twilight zone, and thus by us stuck in this time loop, it makes your mind bog down. So now you age, whereas like I might not even really be 34. I might be 600 years old, but because I've been taught to think that, oh, I'm 34 years old because of sun and all this stuff, but that time frame kind of it microcosm it puts me in a microcosm when I'm in the cosmos itself. I'm in it. I'm part of it. I'm in frequency with it. So it's like this. If my mind begins to think that way, then naturally my body gonna follow that. But then what messes us up is that our eyesight, which is the wormhole to our reality, it doesn't match up. So then that comes the confusion. So that's why I always say that, and I've been saying it for a few years, the last war to be fought would be the war for your mind, because if your eyes don't see or perceive what your reality, or your mind perceives something like this, but all you see is just this time loop, you always gonna be in a state of just, and I would say like mental purgatory. And then you begin to question things. And then you go down a rabbit hole that you can't get out of. And then you stuck in this rabbit hole. Then you might have a brother like you know to shoot and say, hey man, come back this way. But your ego so much, because you like, I think I can get out myself. Then that's when the debate and the hatred and no, you don't know what you're talking about. But bro, I'm telling you, just take my hand. But I think sometimes just being men, we want to figure things out. But the thing is this, I don't think we're at a time now, bro, where we don't have no more time. And even though time is a construct, it's an illusion, I think the time itself has run out. I think the word time and what time is on the aspect of how they govern time in this realm is run out. And I think that's why it's so much chaos, because it's almost like the calm before the storm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like the universe saying, okay, well, or the cosmos saying, okay, well, this reality, this realm, because we're conscious of it. You know, consciousness is conscious of itself. So it's almost like it's trying to, I don't want to say trying, I'm gonna just go ahead and say what I think, that it's kind of like a joke. Like it's trying to it don't want to force it, but it has to, because it has to align within itself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's conscious. And I said, like in one of my videos, I said, as the clock of destiny begin to strike 12, and the last stars twinkle his last burst of light, the consciousness of the universe has realized that it's done this 10 trillion times before, never to be remembered. Meaning that once the time itself stops, then it has to start over. And I think it's almost like those that govern this realm, or those that's in the know, it's almost like they rushing and trying to figure out how can they add more life or give it more life support, whether it's through cryptocurrency. They go, oh, you know what? The fiat currency ain't working no more, so let's do this digital. Let's put it, let's try to insert it, you know what I'm saying, in this cryptocurrency, something that really don't exist. You know, they can plug in numbers or whatever. So it's almost like they're dependent on this Pandora's box of this tech that really we are the real tech. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, how can you take something within yourself to understand what's outside of you when you the one that created it anyway? So now you finna make something that's you finna make it sentient and control you. Now you saying there ain't no God, but now tech is your God now. So it's like you go from one frying pan to the next. But I yield.
Yeah, and when you get into, just like you were saying about the cryptocurrency, you know what I'm saying? We already dealing with fiat, a fiat dollar system. I got a whole article that came from the Library of Congress when it's called the Clearfield doctrine. You can look it up. It's called the Clearfield Doctrine, when they said that the United States is a corporation and that everything that they print their money on is non-legible. It's fake money. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we've been dealing with as far as money, nigga, I got bands with the phone money and all that. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not backed by anything. The dollar that we have right now inside your pocket is not backed by nothing but debt.
Backed by
That's what
what?
it's backed. Debt.
Petrodollar.
It's backed by debt. When they stopped backing the money, the currency rather, the dollar, because I got actual dollar bills that's backed by silver. They silver note. You know what I'm saying? And to the bearer, you know what I'm saying, you go turn this in and get silver for it. But the dollars that we have inside our pocket is not backed by anything. So then they want you to turn that into a cryptocurrency that's not backed by anything. And everybody like, get into crypto, get into crypto. Okay, so we put all our money into crypto. Guess what? They could flip the switch and everybody broke.
Right.
That's why I deal with That's why I deal with gold, silver, and precious metals.
You
That's
wanna
why I
know why?
turn.
But here's the thing too,
Go
Nu.
ahead, Sherman.
They can take that just the same way they flipped it and made everybody broke. The people that do buy in, they can peg it to gold or whatever precious metal they
Yep.
want to peg it to, and
Mhm.
everybody is them people who bought in can be rich, because
Right.
there's a lot of people that have no idea about cryptocurrency. Period. All they trying to
Mhm.
do is get these dollar bills that's fake. We all know they fake. I don't even know if they know they fake, but they just, you know
Hey,
what
and
I'm saying?
that's why I say, I'm not saying don't go into cryptocurrency. Go in, get out, flip that money, and get some gold, silver, copper, nickel, palladium.
Hey,
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
bro, what you just said just now, I'm gonna show y'all the illusion, and I'm gonna give y'all an analogy or allegory. We went from the natural resource that what the cosmos put, right. We went from trading with the resource to, like you just said, Shuma, you said people don't know about cryptocurrency. Well, guess what? At one point in time, that same thought was to the people when they first introduced the dollar bill to take the place of the resource when we was using the gold and the silver. So what happened
Mm-hmm.
is now that they have mined, check this out now, they have mined with the majority of all the gold, all the precious metals out of the earth, right? So now the value of it is weakened, right? So now they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because the thing is, when they introduced the dollar bill, guess what it was? It was something to agree upon. Now with
Right.
cryptocurrency, it's the same concept. In order
Mm-hmm.
for it to get power, we gotta agree on that. Hey, we all gonna do this, and it's all backed by an agreement. It ain't even backed by a resource. So now, guess what? Now what Nuth is doing? Nuth is going back to the original riches anyway, which was the natural resource, which was the elements that
Mm-hmm.
cannot be remade, only if the God or what they're going to call him himself makes more. So now we stuck in between the rock and the hard place. It's like, well, damn, they trying to force the world to go to a currency based on an agreement. So
Mm-hmm.
now, if there's no agreement, all this $2 trillion they just printed that ain't backed by nothing, it's a wrap.
Well, you
And then,
guys know that they talking about this reset. So the
Mm-hmm.
reset, every country, however much gold or silver, whatever you got, that'll be what you have. Because
Yes.
currently, right now, because of the dollar, people can't trade the way they should be able to trade because America kind of controls everything. But if they reset everything, everybody has a equal playing field now. And there's some countries with a lot of
Right.
gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so what from my understanding is these digital these bitcoins or whatever you want to call them, digital cryptocurrency. So because like say the yuan, that China thing, the yuan or whatever, they'll make that a digital currency. I don't know what America got,
They
but
did. Bro, they not to cut you off. They did it already. See,
yeah.
I'm not gonna piggyback on you. Not to cut you
Go
off.
ahead. Go ahead. No, I ain't. Go
America
ahead.
right now, the reason why they printed up all that money because they're begging countries to take the currency. But the fact that all these countries are saying, hold on, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I can make my own cryptocurrency? I don't got to take the dollar bill. So
Mm-hmm.
now America is running. Who gonna take my dollar? Who gonna take this? Just like Wall Street. Who want to trade? Nobody not
Mm-hmm.
saying that because they know that America, just like I don't know if y'all watch Game of Thrones when it was like, oh, the Lannisters always pay their debts, but come to
yeah,
find out, it was all based. It wasn't no more gold in the Iron Bank for them. It was all
right.
based on fear because America had a mighty army, or the Lannisters had a mighty army.
Right.
But now,
Right.
guess what? Guess what? All the big players got a mighty army now. So guess what, America? We don't need your dollar bill no more. We got cryptocurrency.
Right.
We can make our own, and based on agreement within our own country, within our own people. Like right now, if India, which is what they say was a third world country, right now, if India say, you know what? Let's do the reset. Let's get rid of the American dollar. Let's make the India current coin. We make an agreement, a pact. It's gonna be worth this instantaneously because guess what? There's so much untapped resources in India. Think about it, it's all jungle land.
Right.
America done use up all this jungles. Listen, the whole Midwest, it used to be a dang oasis. Now it's nothing but this desert. You know what I'm saying? Because all the resources got taken up. So America's banking on oil, but guess what, brothers? A lot of countries are not going to the free energy, using the sun, using the solar power, using the wind, and natural. Yes. So
And I'm
y'all go ahead.
And I'm gonna say this too. If you go to the Federal Reserve Act, just go to the Federal Reserve Act, and also go into the Organic Act of 1871, and it will actually show you inside these documents that America, or the corporation called America, was actually bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So what they actually had to do, they had to figure out a way to consolidate power for their corporations, because the Organic Act is what made the United States a corporation. That's when they was able to control the commerce. But then when they weren't able to do that, that's when Lincoln started the greenbacks. When the money was backed by something other than nothing, it was backed by something.
Right.
That's when they assassinated Abraham Lincoln, and then later on they came with the Organic Act that turned the United States of the Republic of America into the United States America Republic. Incorporated. Then when the stock market crashed, that was right after the meeting in Jekyll Island when they did the Federal Reserve Act.
Mm-hmm.
When they went and took all the people gold, all the people silver, and they started making these Federal Reserve notes. You know
had
what I'm
to turn your
saying?
money in. You had to turn your gold in or face
Get
jail
these
time.
get these Federal Reserve notes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So right there, they actually violated the original Constitution when Congress is supposed to coin the currency of the country, not a Federal Reserve, not a Treasury. The Congress was enacted to coin or make the currency for the country. Once they got out of that, and you brought this foreign entity called the Federal Reserve or the IRS, that's based in Puerto Rico. It's not even in the country.
Yeah,
You see,
that's private. That's a private corporation. Or it's a
it's a
private
private
entity, right?
it's a
Mm-hmm.
private corporation.
Hey,
It's a foreign corporation,
Right, just like
just like
Washington, D.C. Yeah.
Washington D.C.
well, guess
Just
what,
like
brother?
Vatican. Yeah, go ahead.
Guess what? I don't know if y'all probably did. I don't know if y'all how much y'all watch the news, but I only watch the news like how Tommy Lee Jones and Men in Black watch it for the tabloids to find out what's really going on. But anyway, Washington D.C. is no longer the district now; it's now a state. So once I saw that happen, that's how I knew it was over.
Yeah.
Now there's no capital. In so many words, now Washington D.C. they have turned it into just a regular state. It's no longer the district. It's just a state.
Yep.
So
Olympus has fallen.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
We just kind of rolling off momentum still from
Yeah.
what it
Yes,
was. We
bro.
still just rolling off momentum. It's ready to collapse, but they
And I'm
just
gonna
got
tell
it.
y'all.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Start stocking up on food.
Come on, man. Come on, let's talk
Non-perishable.
about that. This now this the gems. This is what I've been wanting to tell people for years. Well, actually for the past few months.
Because right now it's a chicken shortage. You know what I'm saying? Also, the Department of Agriculture is paying farmers 10 times of what they may make if they sold their corn and their wheat and things like that on the market. They paying them 10 times the amount to destroy their crops.
Bro, you know what I do? I don't know how long. I don't know how long the problem will last, but I've been telling people this for years, man. To fast, man, fast.
Yes.
Get used to living off just water.
Yes,
eating
bro.
the minimal as you can. You know,
Yes.
learn to train your body to be simple. Be simple. Drink some water, get some sun,
Yes.
and be cool. You know what I'm saying? You can go a couple days without eating and it's nothing. And then boom,
Hey.
you go ahead and eat a little bit of something and be cool again.
Hey,
Can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead.
And I really wish this was a stream where it wasn't 2:00 in the morning. You know, where it was more people up here where we could actually have this discussion. How many people don't have appetites for food?
Come on. You talking to one of them right now.
I don't eat as much. It's like I don't have an appetite. I can't even force myself to eat.
Come on. No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like spirit or the divine or whatever. It's like you ain't gotta eat.
Let me tell you why. I'm finna drop a gem on y'all real quick. And y'all a little older than me. I think y'all a little older than me. But I watched this. My mama showed me this movie as a little kid, and I watched it last week. How many of y'all seen Soylent Green?
I seen it. Yeah. Some told
What
me
is it
you don't
called?
say that.
What is it
Soylent
called?
Green.
Soylent Green?
Yeah. Okay,
I
let
ain't
me
seen
tell
it.
you something. Now, in the movie, they depicted that people was eating people, but I'm gonna take you a step further. They feeding us plastic.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I don't know if y'all know. Like, I remember when I used to go to the grocery store, man, it wasn't that much processed food in the stores. Now it's nothing but processed foods. Every commercial is processed food because guess what? There's I'll say this. I can say y'all so much now, but my dad worked for the Department of Defense, and he said, "Man, listen,
the World Food Bank, which is pretty much the people that's look at almanacs and all that. He said, man, it's almost like the earth is shutting down. They're not producing, you know what I'm saying, food like it used to. Like when you go to the grocery store, man, I remember growing up, man, you could go to the market and you can smell a banana as soon as you walk up on. You can't even smell a banana, no taste of banana. Oranges ain't producing seeds.
Cantaloupes, all that.
Cantaloupes.
You can smell a cantaloupe.
Yeah, you can't even smell them no more. So what my
Just
dad
like
said is,
when our mother used to go to the market and test fruit, they'd get the cantaloupe, they'll smell it, they'll
right,
hit
you
it.
can't even do that no
Tap
more.
on it, knock on it. Yep, none
You
of
can't
that.
do that no more. So my dad said, and he reminded me of this, and you can look this up. Back in 2004, and my dad said they was planning for this, but in 2004, scientists took a seed of every single plant on the earth, fruits,
Put it in
all
that
that, and they
reserve.
put it,
Yep, they put it in that
And
reserve.
copyrighted it.
yeah, and they put it in the side of a glacier, and I think it is in
Yep.
Greenland,
It's in
and they
it's in
put it in
Greenland
there.
or Alaska or
Or
somewhere. It's a
Alaska, yeah,
big
they put every
old
seed. The seed is called a seed vault. They did it in 2004.
Yep.
So now, when you look at what's going on, the COVID thing, I'm gonna say this to y'all, and see, well, the COVID is about the chip. No, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The COVID is it was the first wave. It's to depopulate the earth.
Yes.
Okay. Right now, they are burning my dad. This stuff, my dad had got clearance and stuff. He can only tell me so much, but he said he gonna tell me some more stuff when we come back stateside. He ain't on the phone, but in India, dude, they are burning. People are falling dead by the thousands over there. They are the thing is, man, they have destroyed this place. They have destroyed it. So now, what the Georgia Guildstones, they want to try to
Georgia
make.
Guidestones. Yep.
They want to try to make the world population. This is a true thing. Even Bill Gates said it. They want to
500
try to make the
million.
earth down to about 500 million people. Now people say that's impossible. Well, listen, we don't know who dying, who living. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why you just said we got to learn to fast, man, and drink water.
And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too. We have an active super volcano on this continent called Yellowstone Park.
Yellowstone National Park.
And you got all these volcanoes and natural disasters that's going on all over the world. That I mean, check out Sky News Australia and these alternative news sites, and you will see that there are so many volcanoes erupting and
Jamaica.
tsunamis and all types of things that's going on right now.
Recently, Jamaica volcano.
We need to pay attention to Yellowstone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Because
if Yellowstone go off, it's a super volcano.
it's a wrap. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
I'm
over.
still in Texas and I'm going deeper. I might move to Louisiana.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna
you
tell you
live
what
down
my
there.
dad told me. I'm gonna tell you what my dad told me, and this is my uncle. Now I live in Florida. Florida is going underwater. Florida right now, I think, is like 20 feet below sea level, and the only thing that's keeping that water from coming on over is God. But anyhow, my dad was saying that as these cataclysms continue to happen, you need to be up near the East Coast, kind of like near the Appalachian Mountains. You need to be up in the high terrain. You know what I'm saying? You need to be in the high terrain because it's this is stuff that people see. We'll sit and talk about Kundalini and the chakras, but we need to be dealing
Exactly.
with we need to take these cataclysms.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, HOTC, right there. Because we can't prove none of that stuff. But
Right.
these super volcanoes and all this shit really is going down right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to prepare.
And we haven't had a major volcano on the United States landmass since Mount St. Helens.
Yes, sir. Talk about that, Dojo. Yes.
So the next one, I'm telling y'all, man, watch Yellowstone Park.
Oh yeah.
Pay
I'm
attention
all over
to it. I'm
But
telling you.
at the end of the day, if it go off, people, it's a lot of people that are just gonna die right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Like they're gone.
I
Because
mean,
it's
I know
going.
I know the safety zone of that because I looked it up, the fallout of that, and man, it's gonna be catastrophic. It's
And
really
you know,
gonna be
new,
it.
you know, new, you're right. But here's the thing: it never has went off, at least in our time. So they really don't know what it'll be like. It may be
Yeah,
100 times worse than what they think.
Hey,
You
you
know
know
what
yeah.
I'm
what?
saying?
It may split the continent in half.
Hey, Schumer.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
Yo.
I'm gonna say this. Now we talk about a reset on the standpoint of the world, right?
hmm
Just our current way we live, but we talking about a cosmic reset. We talking about when
Right.
the earth regenerates itself, and this is just my thinking. Every single what we call ancient civilization talked about these things. And see,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. We need to start examining this stuff, and it ain't like this is real stuff. And I think from what I last heard, you need to be as far east as Texas. Anything from like I think like the west, the backside of Texas on, it's a wrap. It's pretty much it's a wrap. And my dad was saying, like he said, you know, when that super volcano go off, he said it reminds him of a scripture of Revelation that said the key was given to this angel to open up the bottomless pit. Now that super volcano, dude, when you look at the square miles of just the initial implosion, they
hmm
say, man, that the damn hole, the crater, it damn like you know they made like a documentary back in the early '90s. I've been watching on Discovery Channel, and I don't know if y'all noticed, they don't really talk about this stuff like they used to talk about on Discovery Channel no more. They used to
No,
talk
they
about
don't.
major tsunamis and when it's gonna go off, but you don't hear about that no more. But I
Mm-mm.
remember them saying that, showing a picture of simulation, they said, man, it looked like straight hell. So these are things, bro, that we need to be talking about rather than the Kundalini. It's good to know that stuff, but you got to think, why now? Why give us this knowledge? Why release all the info
Mass
now? Unless
HOTC, mass distraction, man.
yes,
It's
sir.
distraction. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's why I don't even watch. Like I used to be, man. I used to be so deep in Discovery Channel and all that shit, man. Looking at all the, the aliens built the pyramids. I used to watch them little shows. I can't even remember what the name of them was. But I used to be faithfully on that shit because I was so far out in the galaxy. I ain't know what, man. Then once I burnt myself back to ground zero. Like, no, 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 no. We got to get you back together. And things change for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, it's deep. But you're right. You're exactly right. We need to talk about the things that we can tangibly mess with. That we can
Yes.
set ourselves up to be successful in some kind of way. And if you don't, it is what it is. You never know. Like we talking right now, you never know if the Most High want to take you in the next
Right.
10 minutes. None of us know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
And,
Yeah.
and
at the
yeah, and then the
end of
fact
the
that
day, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, and here's another thing, right? People talk about flat Earth and all that. Check this out.
hmm
Why do they want to
I'm
go
a
to
flat
Mars?
earther. I'm a flat earther. But say what you got to say.
Right. So this
hmm
this the question I ask myself, right, by going to Mars, and I just humor me for a second.
Yeah.
The only reason why somebody would want to leave this place to go to another place is because they running for something. Think about it
hmm
now. Why were they
hmm
talking about? Well, we got to go to Mars because like I said, I think they know that a great cataclysm is on the horizon, and everything else is just a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Because it just makes sense. I mean, whether it's real or not, whether them going to Mars distraction. But my thing is, if we humor it for a second, why are they trying to hightail to leave? Why they
Hey,
book the ship?
hey, Brandon. Did you watch King Kong versus Godzilla, the new one?
Come on, bro. Of
I
course.
did.
When they went to inner Earth through the Antarctic and they
Yeah.
went into inner Earth and it was a
hmm
whole up under the earth, a whole different. I mean, a whole. It's. I mean, it was like this. Was Godzilla and King. This what they wanted Godzilla and King Kong to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's set on the planet. Now we're gonna let these two titans fight here. You know.